Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello! My gamer words. I hope you're doing well today for this early Friday stream. I did not oversleep. You should be happy and proud of me that I haven't done that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will pat myself on the back for this. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, and I get... Wait. Head pats. Wait, no, the head pats thing. Hold on, wait a second. Apparently StreamerBot decided to crash. And I was like, wait, I get head pats too? Oh my god. And then I was like, wait, where's the head pats? Oh, StreamerBot crashed apparently. Because every once in a while does that. I guess this is what I get for, not closing, closing it down every once in a while or something along those lines. Oh, I just saw something weird pop up. Oh, anyway, it's probably fine. Anyway, sorry about the head pads not working. StreamerBot is now launched and stuff. Anyways, hello chat. I hope you're doing well today. Like I said, I already said that. I don't know. I got distracted again. Warm body checking in here instead of YouTube. But welcome in, welcome in. Nice to have warm bodies. I appreciate the warm bodies. Very much so because fuck YouTube. Fully support Kick. Kick is amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. For both the viewer and the streamer. It's a fantastic, but it is different from YouTube, so I understand if you stay on YouTube after all, but that's on you. That's on you. I'm just saying, there's alternatives out there. Yeah. How do you wipe with those nails? Well, I usually have to wipe up a lot of blood in the process. But then if it comes down to it, there's a bidet. So is this controversial by chance? Pineapple pizza? No. The YouTube bros already have been spoiled because I put it on the thumbnail. Because I didn't know what else to put on the thumbnail. It is going to be the main topic today because the article is massive. And I like massive things. But I also have some other things. I was gonna do something fun. Not so fun. I got a bunch of I have a bunch of different topics today that we could do. Because I know I'm gonna piss off some people with it. Which I don't actually like pissing off people, which is why I don't usually actually talk about this opinion all that much, because like it is controversial, technically, but I just it's been a hot topic on Twitter, and so I'm like, you know what, I'll talk about it now. Let me rant. You know, you can put this in the period tracker, by the way. I'm in a pissy mood, and so therefore I want to rant, and then I'm gonna get very upset when people get upset with me. So yeah, it's great. I'm sorry, why do you have to wipe up blood? Well, one, because I'm a woman, last I checked. It kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I have a 12-inch peen. You know, I like to whip it out from time to time. Other times I am a woman, and so therefore I bleed. I also have really long nails, as you can clearly see, actual claws. And those, you know, kind of, yeah. This ought to be a shot color stream? No, that's tomorrow. Because tomorrow will be a Rumble only stream, and I'll be playing Relooted. I mean, I guess I should clarify, unless something crazy happens, right? Because unless, like, you know, there's another shooting, or someone gets assassinated. I guess it's technically a shooting, but you know the difference. Or like Minnesota burns down to the ground, like actually something big happens. You know, like one of those like really big stories that like something crazy's happened and I got an ambulance chase. Then that will change. But right now the plan is to do a Rumble only stream and play Relooted and say lots of N-words. And you can shock me then. So and all this without foreplay? What? You want to peg us with your rant? Well, this is the foreplay right now. I'm not gonna get into the debate right now. With it. I had to wake up. I rolled out of bed 20 minutes ago. Okay? So... speaking of rolling out of bed, I should probably be nice to the people that are nice to me. Being a cunt. Thank you, Reverend Norse, for the $5 with those. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we're starting off quite strong today. You guys are making me uncomfortable. Stop with this. Um, you readings from Sweden? Found you through Arch. First time catching one of your own streams. Looking forward to hearing yap about stuff. Well, welcome in, Reverend Norse. Not to be gay, not to be homosexual here, but I definitely recognize your name. So it is nice to see you around. No homo though. Hopefully you like it here. Thank you, Dinosaur, for the $10 dose. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Literally every friend I had who stayed a stoner burned out or became a loser, alcoholic, or co-fiend with serious personality disorders. Yeah, we'll get into that when we talk about the weed shit. Because like, I don't want to get into it right now. But yes, more not exactly that extreme based off my experience, but yes, I have a personal vendetta against weed. So what can I say? Thank you, Alex and Rub, for the $5 redos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out for Heroes of Nern. The Ant Morans, Red Guards, and Neds are taking out the Falmer, Aliens, and sinister elf-handed elves. I don't know what the reference is to. Like, I kinda do, cause like I recognize those like species from the games, but I don't know which one it comes from. Like my original, my first thought was like Elder Scrolls. In that case. But remember, chat, I'm a fake gamer girl. I'm a Taurus. I'm a grifter, and so I don't know anything. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for another $5 dose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Polite, who's the true son of Skyrim Mary? Hey! Wait, no, I did not get it right? I don't know. Elder Scrolls. Awesome! Okay, so I did get it correct. Okay. Okay, then. That's what I thought. But, like, I never finished Skyrim, and I played that fucking years ago now. Like, I want to play Morrowind. I've heard good things about Morrowind, and I know Oblivion had the remaster come out last year, and it was actually really good, and they surprisingly didn't change anything. So, like, I do want to play more, but I just play Genshin. Anyway, thank you, Alex and Rob, for $5 dues. Polite, who does a true son of Skyrim marry? A Kajad, a Catfolk, a Argonian lizard, a Delmer, or other Eld, or Nord white woman? Also, paid 1 gold via 2. Oh, you mean like 5 super chat? Okay, 2 super chats for 2. Yeah, that's okay, dude. That's fine. Like the YouTube goals don't have a specific color stuff on it. So you're all good in the hood there. Frankly, even though like I'm not a fan of race mixing, catfolk, duh, because who doesn't like cat girls? I know everyone likes to talk about the Argonian maid. But come on, you gotta go with the cat folk, even though they kind of look kind of weird in the game. Yeah, I know that part. I'm not that bad of a gamer girl ish. Sort of, kind of. There. Uh, they did change the body type, but I think that's it. I mean, I don't know what they look like. I'm sure you can probably get like a mod to make them look better, something like that. Oh, are you mean Oblivion? Sorry, that part I don't know. I'm all be like I'm against race mixing, but actually true. Listen, if it's a fantasy and it's cat girls, are you really gonna say no? It's fantasy. Come on. Oh, thank you, Bezus, for celebrating your 9-month Slubby Bubby over on Kick. Oh, nee, 9 months. I gave birth to Bezus. That's not weird at all. Everyone who's celebrating their 9-month subscription now for Slubby Bubby. Subscription sounds so gay. Like, subscribe. Like, I don't know. It sounds like I'm one of those, like, scams that you subscribe, right? And then, like, you just don't cancel, and then they make money off of you, which I guess is kind of how I'm making money off of you guys on Kick, but, like, still. I don't know. It feels very dry, and Ugh. Stubby Bobby's so much better. So yes, including Father Joe II, I've also gave birth to him. Congratulations. Hamando still has a couple more months before he gets pushed out. But he's celebrating his for 7 months. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe that's it from the past day. So Hamando, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for ya. I need you to pop out sooner or later. Come on, man. Well, I know I always had the misfortune to join at the worst times, Delameo. Cause it's foreplay, I guess. I don't know, man. When you speak of Reluted, are you referring to the game about the naturally intelligent, generally gifted, and exceptionally reliable shoplifters? Why, of course. I love my doctors and engineers. I have to support them. And after all, the evil British Empire stole those artifacts, and we must give them back. Because we don't like stealing here, okay? Stealing is for in-laws. And so therefore, we have to support the doctors and engineers, get their artifacts back, and rebuild their civilization that evil Whitey destroyed. So... Did you spot the acronym I used? That's clever! Oh my god! I did not get that. Oh, that is clever. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Hell yeah. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, you deserve claps? Like hand claps? I don't know what I can give you other than my validation. But yeah, I fully approve. Write it down. No. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $2 Thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you prefer us to quote unquote stalk you? No? I mean, it's gonna happen kind of regardless of whatever I want, but no, that's not something I condone. Thank you, Ryan, for the $2. Actually, $2 dues this time. Like, I see the color and I just see whatever the amount is. I'm not even gonna try to figure out what the fuck the foreign currency is. Okay, we don't like foreigners here, but I do like their money. But I don't like it enough to say what it is. I'm engineering my limit. Those artifacts are gone. I know Madame Savvy was playing Reluted over the past few days now, and she's been looking at every single artifact that pops up and actually like learning about the history of it. And I was kind of planning on doing that, but like since she did it, I don't want to also copy her, so I might just still steal her notes instead. Because I'm like the amount of like I kind of popped in when Arch was playing it just to kind of see his reaction, and it was about the homie, and it's the fucking one that refused to stop slave trading, and it's like, okay, so clearly we're already getting some historical misinformation here. I'm loving it so far. But we will see how lazy I am, because like I'm not gonna complete the game. This is just gonna be like a one-off funny stream, so I can say the N-word a lot, and reminisce about my time I got perma-banned on Twitch for quote tweeting the trailer with the N-word. So, and that's about it. And if I'm constantly looking stuff up, I'm not gonna be able to finish the game very fast. So we'll see. We'll see what I'll be doing, but I do know I'll be playing it tomorrow. Yeah. I said as a replacement for subscribe? Oh! I just say subby bubbies. For like the kick stuff. For YouTube bros, I don't really, there's just the members. Just the memberships. So you know. Donkey Kong coins is the funny things you've ever said. Oh yeah, that's the one thing I do actually say, because it really is just Donkey Kong coins. But I had to make fun of the Nords, okay? I call the Swede a Swede. I love the Donkey Kong coins. I don't have anything for Sweden, actually the real Sweden itself. Do I need to call them the Norwegians? No, then people are gonna get like really, really confused if I do that. Maybe I should call them femboys because the Swede, the biggest Swede I know is a femboy, and it's absolutely revolting. And so maybe just call Swedish people femboys instead. That way I had the holy trinity of Scandinavia pissed off at me. Oh. Also, it's like hollowed out tree logs and shit. Yeah, I heard about that too. I didn't want to get like super spoiled for the game. I just wanted to see how bad Arch was suffering. And that. So I only stayed for like 5 minutes. And then I've been seeing Savvy's posts there. Rude? Well, good. Suffer. Suck my cock! Thank you. Also, want to blow my nose. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Damn you, I'm not a femboy. Well, too bad you are now. I'm not gonna use Sammy, because I use Sammy for Arch from time to time. I mostly use Swede because, I don't know, I like how Swede rolls off the tongue better than Sammy. I don't know, Sammy is just... I don't know. But, I know, I bring it out when I need the big guns, though. But I don't know, cause like I said, mostly say that for the actual Swede here. I'm the watch over on Kick, 'cause I think YouTube bans my mundane comments. I don't know what happens with YouTube. YouTube just kind of exists over there. Obviously, I like you, YouTube bros. Okay, no offense. Kick is better. Excuse me. But yes, YouTube bros, you do get a little bit of love. How many Swedes do you know now, Amal? Okay, well I know the femboy, and then obviously like people in chat, to like a certain degree. There's you know, eventually I'll get like more better at like recognizing names. It's also easier for me because like I mostly like with Kick, everyone that has like colored names on it, so I can like they have like fun colored names, so it makes it like easier for me to like I don't know remember that to a certain degree. But there's a couple Swedes now, thanks to Arch. On top of that, so, but like actually personally knowing anybody, I mean not really much. Parasocialism. I'm sorry. I mean I don't like want to get like all socialist and gay and homoerotic, but I like recognizing people. It's cool. It's fun. I like getting to know you guys. I know that sounds really parasocial right there, but that's one of the benefits of being on the smaller side is actually being able to do so. And I don't know. I like it a lot. And I like seeing new people too, obviously, because I am a whore at the end of the day. But I don't know. It's a community as well, and I don't want to be all big and famous for a multitude of reasons, and that's one of them. I want you to forget about me as soon as I don't talk. No, no, I wouldn't do that to you, Shredder Vader. Maybe like 6 months because I have dementia. But like for example, I have been over here. Actually, literally, all I had to do was move my tissue box. But I have so back when I was on Twitch, you know, that was because that's like where the place where everybody is at. I wrote down the first few people that did like follow me over on Twitch. And I still have the note. Right here. With their names on it. And surprisingly enough, Like, I still talk to two of them. Well, not like on a regular basis or anything like that, but every once in a blue moon. So it is actually kind of cool. There. I don't know, cause I just want to. Oh, I sorry. I just when. No, okay. Now I'm getting really, really gay and emotional here. I'm sorry, but when you guys support me, I just wanna. Oh, I wanna thank you guys. So. Oh. Anyway, I'll stop. I'll stop being gay. I'll stop being gay. Thank you, Internet Zen Master, for the $2 reduce. Amal, controversial opinions. Surely you jest. Well, it's kind of like I don't. So when it comes to this, and I guess I'll probably explain a little bit more when we actually get into the weed topic today. It's like I don't know. It's become so normalized here that if you actually have a stance against it, that like people get pissy at you. That's the general consensus. I saw a lot of people in chat before streams started to talk about like it's not actually that controversial and stuff. Which also maybe it's just like this side of the internet that it's not controversial. But if you talk to like normies and like vast majority of people, they're either neutral on it or they're full blown support. And so to me it's controversial. And I do know that there's a few people in chat as well that I did see. I do know like because I have talked about weed before a few times that like it and stuff, and I don't like actually pissing people off within the community. Like I don't care if somebody says I'm racist and sexist on social media because I am, right? Like I am well aware of my other spicy opinions. But when it comes to a little bit more like acceptable situation where I'm going against the grain, and that makes other people, especially within the own community, upsetting, then that's a little bit different. But I guess I'm the true socialist here, after all. Like I'm still ardent to my opinion, right? I'm not gonna actually like fully apologize for it because I've had this opinion for pretty much my entire life, really. And only as I've gotten older, I've gotten even stronger on it. But like, I still don't like making people mad. Oh, well, thank you, Silver Viking. Ironically enough, based off today's topic, for coming to Diddy Blood. Hell yeah! Thank you. So, hell yeah! Thank you. Socialist butterflies of blood-sucking bats. Somehow not surprised. Yes. I will suck your blood and your money and not that. For as long as possible. Is blackout if you partaking in your spiritual enwa? I was actually gonna say that later. Not gonna lie, because I mean it was highly popularized with the urban youth, and it's part of the darkening of America. I feel like because I'll repeat myself. I know I'll repeat myself later. That's why I'm trying to like not to get like super into it now. But like that one study, right? Where they put a baby and a chimp in the same room, and then they try to see if like the baby would make the chimp smarter, but instead the chimp made the baby dumber. That's exactly what's fucking happening. And in that case, I firmly fucking believe it. But once again, I will hold my tongue and save it for when we get into the topic. You know what? Fuck it. It's a short stream anyway. It's early Friday. I might as well get into it now since it is the main topic. I had like another thing I want to talk about first, but fuck it. We might as well. Oh. Speaking of being a socialist and Donkey Kong coins, thank you, Silver Viking, for the 2 Donkey Kong coins. Or 20, I should say, technically, if I'm going to respect your currency. Then please remember me for this. Hashtag FNAF Mimic. Well, I'm not going to write it down for FNAF Mimic specifically, but I'll write it down for FNAF because, like, if you want me to play FNAF Mimic, I believe that's going to be an artist channel. Well, if it was gonna happen, it was gonna be an arch. So that's like an arch thing. For this channel, me specifically, it's just the first FNAF. Figured I might as well start with the first one, right? That was my thought process for it. So I'll write it down. I'll put it towards that. And that's only fair. Oh, thank you, Alex and Robert, for bringing the DD Love as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I gotta blow my nose again. I am nutty today. Okay, there we go. I had to blow my again. Anyways, since it's the main topic, let's get into it, though. Let's get people upsetty today. Okay. So earlier this week, the New York Times put out an opinion on the editorial board saying that it's time for America to admit that it has a marijuana problem, a marijuana problem. And then Politico also made an article about it too. Basically just like copy pasting what they said because this is paywalled. Thankfully, I have means to an end. Unfortunately, that also means I lose half the fucking pictures to it. But I have the graph. I at least have one graph. So that's unfortunate because I actually kind of wanted the rest of the pictures that go along with it. Because I don't know what's there, right? But hey, at least the article. We're not gonna really bother with the political article because I looked at it and it's just like rehashing everything that's said here. But anyways, because of this article, then in the political post here, it became a talking point on Twitter about how talking about weed. And then obviously that pissed off a lot of people because weed is like the fucking sacred cow to the modern day populace. Like everybody talks about how like, oh no, nobody's drinking alcohol anymore. Like that's horrible for the young kids. How are they not drinking alcohol anymore? But the consensus is it's been replaced by weed because of how many people actually smoke weed these days. And how much of it is actually legalized in a good chunk of the states. And which I am of the belief that is at least one of the reasons why alcohol has dropped in popularity. The other reason is because nobody goes out, socializes anymore, everyone's online. And weed is something you can do from the comfort of your own home without actually doing, like, you don't smoke weed with a bunch of other people. I mean, you kind of do, and you can. And people used to do that when they socialize. But it's not something like alcohol where it removes the safeguard in your brain and can make people do kind of like wild, crazy shit. And that's why it's used at like parties and stuff like that. Like there's a difference between how alcohol and weed affects your brain, right? That's obviously everybody knows that. And alcohol's definitely a lot more social activity, or at least better to be enjoyed in that context than weed is. And so when people are not actually socializing, people aren't going to bars, going to parties, or even having their own home party even in high school, then that's means alcohol rates drop. Which I'm not complaining about that, because part of the whole like controversy over on Twitter was people being like, oh, you're criticizing weed, but you drink alcohol. Because like Matt Walsh was talking about it. I don't have his tweet pulled up. But like apparently he drinks rum on his show, and they're like, how can you be against weed when you drink alcohol? And they don't understand the nuance between the two of them. Because once again, alcohol affects you differently than weed does. Weed just makes you fucking lazy. It makes you numb. It makes you not feel anything. And so you just sit there and you rot. Versus alcohol loosens you up. And obviously it can affect people differently. Can make people depressed, can make people angry, can make people a lot more fun. It still loosens you and stops your emotional regulation. And for most people, it does kind of makes them, one drink just kind of gets them a little bit more talkative. It's when there's multiple drinks down that it then it gets into a problem. Not that I'm trying to defend alcohol. I fucking hate alcohol. But it's there is a difference between the two of them. Technically there. And I'm against both. I'm 100% against both because I don't like anything that alters your state of mind. I like sobriety. 100%. If I'm not so, like, I hate how it feels. So like, I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, they put me on, I think, like, Vicodin or something like that. So, like, it was some, like, very powerful drug, right? In the first couple days I took it, it was like I was kind of like out of it because of like being in pain and the drug. But then I took it for a third day because I was supposed to take it for like a week or something like that. I forget. And so I was just following like doctor's orders, even though on the third day I was actually like a lot better. And I remember trying to do my homework because I had to miss some of this. I had to miss a school day, and I just sat there, just fucking like staring at it, and the room was like zooming out, and I just could not focus. And I felt so like out of control. I couldn't focus. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't like. I just had no control over my body. I felt like, and I hated that feeling so fucking much, so fucking much. Oh. And then like I've had to drink alcohol before, and because I do like a strawberry margarita. Okay, listen, it tastes good. I like the fruity drink. Okay, I like fruity drinks in general, but it's like a one and done thing. Because anything more than that, hell, I usually can't even drink the whole fucking thing, because a certain like it like I just hate how I feel. I hate how I feel in it because it makes me like, one, it makes me tired actually. Mostly. I do loosen up a bit and get a little bit more talkative and stuff, but it's just I don't like not having control of my body. So but that's like me personally. But then there's also like a higher level tier person that I'll get into a minute. I know I'm getting kind of behind on some things. So first off, thank you Eldritch Saga for the 5 members over on YouTube. Thank you. We got a giga gift over there. Make sure that if you got one, please thank him because he's a very kind soul. I know that's not exactly a typical thing that happens on YouTube, but I do, make sure you thank him. And then thank you Looney Lenny for the $10 reduce. Oh shit. Speaking of that, we have hit the goal on YouTube actually. So thank you guys for hitting the YouTube goal very early this stream. You guys have been so generous today. That's yay. Thank you. So the P.E.P.E hoodie is on. Thank you. I had a 5 mg gummy a Wednesday after a month or two. It knocked me on my ass. I hated how I felt. Maybe better to use on your Friday nights if you really need to relax, but it can spike your anxiety. How about, I mean, obviously you do you, right? But like, how about you just don't do it at all? I mean, if you really need to relax, I guess, but like, there's other ways to do so. Like, I'm a proponent of, once again, staying sober and not frying your brain with drugs and alcohol and other things like that. And, there's natural ways to relax. You can work out. Working out helps you a lot. Just in general, for a bunch of health benefits, including helping your anxiety and stuff. Play video games, because video games is better than weed. And in my opinion, is it also a vice? Yes, but if we're gonna have a tier list for vice, the one that doesn't actually like fully fry your brain is better. Though I do know video games do kind of obviously have some sort of mental effect if you play them long enough, but nowhere near as bad. And there's other ways in general. Take a walk. You know, touch grass. There's many different ways other than drugs. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Get the hood or get the Zappa. Fine. I got the hood on. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Eldrick Sucker, for the 10 memberships. Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you so much. That reminds me. We're like halfway through February. I need to figure out what I'm gonna be doing. So everybody has been receiving memberships, by the way. That is the tier. There's different tiers, and that is the tier that join the members only stream. So I need to plan on when I'm gonna be doing that. I mean, probably the 22nd. I just pulled up the calendar. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm gonna like temporarily say the 22nd. That's a Sunday. So, for now, we will see. So yeah, Thank you, Eldrick Saga, for having more membies. Thank you. So, anyways, back on topic because I want to piss people off. Including the whole. I know I was kind of like going on my own like personal tangent here. But like then Brett Cooper decided to talk as well about her own like personal her own personal story, though based off what happened last night, I kind of like, do I actually talk about Brett Cooper? should I bring her up based off what happened last night? Well, I guess since she's a part of this whole story, I probably should, but Jesus fucking Christ. All I'm gonna say is that women are not having a good couple weeks. Anyways, because part of the article, it basically talks about is that we cause schizophrenia. And so she said that my mom and I have been told about my brother's psychosis, now full-blown diagnosed schizophrenia, as most likely drug-induced from his years of smoking weed. The drug isn't harmless no matter what our culture and screaming people in the comment sections try to tell us. So, which I did not know that weed causes schizophrenia. I mean, I'm not like super surprised. And I want to actually read the article itself to see what it actually says first. But once again, I feel like this is common sense that like when you take something that alters your mind, right? That actually affects your chemicals. Once or twice is probably not the big deal, depending on how bad the situation is. Like meth is one of those things where you do it once and you're stuck for life. Like you are fucked if you do meth once. You are literally addicted to life. That's how dangerous that shit is. And there's obviously gonna be tiers on how bad things are too. But also, if you do something for a very long period of time, that does alter your state of mind. And your chemicals, and your hormones, and everything else in between. Of course, it's going to have some long-term side effects. I mean, whether or not severe enough as schizophrenia, that was obviously going to vary. And once again, I want to read the article to see what it actually has to say about it. But I know, I feel like that's common knowledge. I mean, because like some of the people in chat that actually are for weed here, like agree with me when it comes to birth control and how that rise women together. And while I'd probably say birth control is a bit worse than weed, it's the same standard overall. Like you are going, I don't get it. It's like people who are like racist against blacks but like pit bulls, or hate pit bulls but are not racist against blacks. Holy fucking shit. uh, okay. Reverend Norse. I guess I will respect your currency, whatever the SEK is. I don't know what the SEK is. Is it Swedish something Kronos or something like that? Thank you for 1,000 of that because holy fuck. Okay. Thank you. I believe the lack of social drinking is partly responsible for the breakdown of communal relationships alongside the usage of the internet for communication. Alcohol has had a place since creation of society. It's literally older than any religion or god fall today. I mean, yes, to a certain degree, I will actually agree with that. Because even though I personally really dislike alcohol, I also recognize that it's, as you said, it's a staple of human society across all for the entire, like, hold on, English is hard. It's been a staple throughout human civilization across all cultures, among generations upon generations. So there is kind of like no point. And like trying to like, I don't know, get rid of it and prohibit it in that case. And for the record, I'm not calling for banning weed. Because I do feel like weed has gotten to the point of like social acceptance where it is just as bad as alcohol in this case. Like if we could go back in time and make it, you know, socially unacceptable, then I totally would. But at a certain, if it's too normalized, then it's never gonna happen. It's gonna piss people off, and I believe we've gotten to that point with weed. In that case, so, anyways, fucking hell. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $2 videos. Thank you. Altering substance bad. Religion founder Ma. Did you mean Mao? Is H and L aren't together. I don't. I mean, yeah, it is bad. So. Thank you, Kalargi, for the $4 videos. Thank you. Marijuana. Yes, marijuana. Yes. Well, Anna in that case. I don't smoke grass. Touch it inappropriately. I'm all. Yes, actually, you must molest the grass. Okay, grab it, handfuls of it, roll around in it, rub your body all over the grass. Okay, go outside. Don't smoke it. That's gay. That's why it's a no-no in that's why alcohol's a no-no in Islam. Oh, okay. I mean, okay. Here's another controversial opinion, right? Maybe Islam isn't that bad. I mean, I don't actually support Islam, right? I'm not a Muslim. I'm not gonna convert. Fuck the Muslims. They are not compatible with Western society. But their views on women, gays, and alcohol, well, I'm just saying, is it that bad? Is it that bad? Okay, you know. She's wearing a burqa. The kek is a burqa. Yes, exactly. Well, I need to cover up more hair. I need less hair. To be shown for this to be a proper burqa. But yes, I am wearing a burqa right now. Beat me for speaking, chat. Weed from daily use stays in your system for 6 months. It comes up in drug tests. You're not allowed to use heavy equipment or drive in jobs of use. Yes. Like, it's... I mean, not like the effects are really gonna be super, super strong 6 months later for it. But it's a drug. It affects you still. Which is why that, why there's regulations against it. Inshallah, I should heal you with my shoe. Kinky. Amal's coming as a hijabi. Ah, yes. Little did you know, I'm just a pale. I pale Muslim here. That's why I'm still stuck in my dad's basement. Your neck is showing. How am I expected not to rape you? Good question. You should rape women. Oh. Oh, thank you, Clarky, for the 500 rope tokens. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't take drugs, my young subby bubs. Stick to drinking a gallon gamer subs and drop in 5k sexy horses. Exactly. Actually, fun fact about me, because I should tell you about my personal life. But I have stepped away from drinking gamer subs. Because once again, caffeine is a drug. Now, obviously, it's significantly lower on the scale of vices to have. But if you take a lot of it, you need more over time because your body gets neutralized the dosage amount. That's what happens with drugs and alcohol in general. And there are withdrawals for some people have withdrawals for stopping caffeine, especially when they do have to take a lot. And so I've spent the past like almost 2 weeks now, like it's more like a week and a half. What's today? Friday? So yeah. We're getting close to 2 weeks because I stopped it when I took my little break. Because I try not to drink it on my days off. And just in general. But yeah, I've stopped drinking it for almost 2 weeks now. And like I'm still tired. Well, like and stuff, but I'm noticing that I'm actually doing pretty okay being off it now as I'm readjusting. Period definitely makes things a little bit hard. Not getting a bunch of sleep is also making things difficult, but I'm trying to replace it with creatine. As I mean, I've started drinking creatine like a month ago ish roughly. And but I was mixing it in with the gamer subs to make a sludge. But now it's just pure creatine. So hopefully that helps. Because creatine's different because it's a supplement. There's a difference between drugs and supplements. That's the important thing to know. Creatine's a supplement, not an actual drug. Are the Amish correct about women? Yes. Anything that puts restrictions on women is correct. And also, I need to blow my nose again. Ah, there we go. And speaking of like drugs and caffeine, it's been a minute since I've properly chilled. Where the fuck is... There he is. There's the T-Man. Okay, I need to move his tab to the front. There we go. Anyway, use code Amalgamyte! Because, well, I might be weaning myself off of caffeine by going cold turkey. Which is not exactly the definition of weaning, but close enough. You, on the other hand, are caffeine addicts! And so, if you would like some caffeine, use code Amalgamyte for 10% off your order. The Dragon's Treasure. Support the base team and me in the process. You can get coffee, you can get tea. Some have caffeine, some don't, and he's got energy drinks now too. And if you are a base caffeine person like I, you can just get soap instead. The soaps, excuse me. The soaps are good. Don't eat them though. I know there are blocks, like they remind me of like blocks of cheese, and you kind of want to take a chunk out of it. And the Three Wise Men is absolutely gorgeous. Am I gonna be hiccuping on stream? Oh no. Honestly, all of them are actually kind of pretty. Not gonna lie. I want to try this one next, actually. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Oh, it's peppermint. Ew, I don't like peppermint. I like spearmint though. I don't like. That's a shame. That looks. Anyways, use code Amalgamyte for 10% off. You order. Yeah, there's also shampoo and conditioner. Oh, I leave, or maybe it's just shampoo. I can't remember. But this is for your hair, not your body. There's no 3-in-1 at the Dragon's Treasure as far as I'm aware. Just take a bite and chug some boiling water. See, that's what I do every other day. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. These are the drugs you should be taking at the Dragon's Treasure. Yeah. Okay. 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 We've been all over today. I guess this is Friday, right? Friday is just a throw shit at the wall and yapping day. Thank you, Twitch Lesbian, for the $5 dose. Thank you. If you want to blame a gun, don't blame the booze or weed. It's weak people issue. Your good choices do not equal a universal map nor necessarily a moral monolith. I get where you're coming from when this stance, but there's a difference between an inanimate object that sits there, and yes, you have to grab it before you shoot it, versus something that actually gets into your system and alters your state of mind. Like, there is a massive difference between a literal inanimate object that requires you to physically pick it up and utilize it versus something that actually changes your entire system. The chemicals in your brain, your hormones, how you think. There's a difference. There's a strong difference there in my eyes. Like, I get like where you're coming from, because obviously little things in moderation aren't usually a big deal. Like, one drink of alcohol is not gonna kill you, right? Smoking one joint is not gonna kill you. And those regards. But and I'm not calling for the ban of any of them either. Even though I personally would like that, but I know it's unachievable because of how it's so entrenched within society. But that's my personal issue, because I have very strong opinions on being not being sober. So oh shit. Jesus Christ, guys. Jesus, okay. Thank you, Elder Saga, for 100 fucking shekels, dude. Jesus Christ. The only amendment that ever got repealed was prohibiting despite the damage of others is silly. I'm assuming it's prohibiting alcohol is what you're talking about during Prohibition phase in the 20s. I mean, people still drank. There's a black market there, because that's the argument, right? For why not to have certain things be illegal. There's a libertarian mindset, and I'm not a libertarian, where you shouldn't, all drugs should be legal, right? Because it just creates a black market, and because Prohibition failed, and that's why. There's a difference between something that's been socially acceptable for literally the entirety of human civilization, like alcohol, or for at least generations, right? Versus something that has been very pushed out of society, like condemned, stigmatized against. And so, like, in those cases, like, meth is not considered a good thing to do, right? And so if you were to legalize it, then you basically say, oh, it's a good thing to do, and so more people are gonna do it. Because the thing about making things illegal, and once again, you know, you should be careful of what you actually do make illegal and legal at the same time, because you have to be worried about the government. But when you make things legal, you're telling people in society that it's okay to do it, because they're gonna be a lot of people are gonna be disincentivized from doing something because it is illegal. Obviously, there's gonna be people who are gonna be breaking the law regardless, because for whatever their opinion and reasoning is. But the vast majority of people are going to avoid it simply because it is illegal and they don't want to get in trouble, at least within a white society. And by legalizing it, well, you're just putting your stamp of approval. Yep, go again, you know, with it. once again, have to be careful with how the government actually goes with that mentality, because they can make literally anything illegal. But that is a benefit of making things like meth illegal. Sorry, I am super stuffy today, and I don't know why. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to like fucking hell. Okay. Maybe I turn on the fan. Thank you, Oxenrub, for the $5 videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Does he say that monster girls are better than Scandinavian women? What monster boy is better than all others? And which are less than actual men? B Mao. B Bow? I mean, I prefer, like, real men at the end of the day. But, I mean, werewolves are actually pretty good, unironically. Vampires are good, too. Tentacles. You know, and anything that could, you know, kill me. That's simple. Which are less than actual men. I don't know, anything that's, like, really scrawny and feminine and weird looking, I guess. I like, it has to still have to be some sort of masculine, right? It still has to look manly enough for it to be good. So, thank you, Eldritch Saga, for the $2 videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Or appeal the 10th and everything afterwards. I would need to see the rest of everything afterwards to fully agree with that, to say yay or nay. But you know what? Probably yay. Just say a general yay. I thank you, Alex, for a $5 videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pre-prohibition, average consumption 2 gallons of pure alcohol per adult. Annually post-prohibition, average consumption was 1 gallon. Annually persistent prohibition works. I mean, I'm gonna have to take your word about that for the statistics. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be completely surprised about it, because once again, if you make things illegal and make it hard to get, where you have to go to a fucking back alley and talk to some shady fucking guy, that's gonna disincentivize a lot of people from actually doing anything. Not everyone, clearly, because people are gonna, you know, if people want to break the law, they're gonna want to break the law. But the vast majority of people are just going to avoid it because it's not worth the effort. A lot of people work in the matter of convenience, and if it's not convenient, if it's not literally right there in front of them where they can grab easily, walk to the store, then they're not going to do it. So yeah. Which is worse, being in adulthood, Metherol in childhood? Well, probably Metherol. Like, Delta Cross, like, I'm sorry I'm not being able to, like, respond to you specifically in chat, with everything, with this going on. But I am kind of seeing what's going on. It's like I'm trying to pay attention. And in this case, I don't know if you... I feel like it's very clear. Like, my stance has been very consistent through my entire time of streaming that I don't like drugs at all, and I don't like alcohol. Like, both are. I don't like birth control being given to the girls when they're 14 because they get their fucking period. I don't like what it does to them and the long-term effects. It obviously fucks women up pretty severely. I don't like giving Adderall to boys because they have to be forced to go to public school and sit on their ass all day instead of exploring and creating something of their own like they should. Like, I don't like alcohol because I don't like how it makes people fucking act. I don't like how addictive it is. I mean, for fuck's sakes, like, it's a well-known fact of this channel that my mom fucking died because she was an alcoholic. Now, I'm glad she's fucking dead, but I'm glad she's dead because she's a severe alcoholic and I had a shitty childhood. I don't like weed for the same reasons, because it fucks you up. Like, obviously it doesn't kill you like alcohol does, and I'm kind of glad that alcohol does kill, because that's how I got rid of my mom. But like, it still has negative side effects. that does alter your brain long term. Like, I have been consistent on this fact from the get-go. Uh, for it. And I hate how normalized weed has become in society. Like, I want to actually read the article eventually here to actually figure out what they had to say. But my opinion is more important, so I'm gonna say it first, right? But I hate how normalized weed has gotten to society because it does make people lazy. All it does is numb you. You smoke the fucking joint, you take the gummy, and you relax, and you don't do fucking shit with your life. And it has hormonal side effects too. It can lower testosterone and raise prolactin. With it though, the prolactin things, I did look that up because I was kind of curious. On it, and that is inconclusive. There's been not enough studies. Some studies say it lowers it. Some say it raises it. Don't know about the prolactin aspect of things, at least in men. Right? Like, and if you do anything long enough, it will alter your brain chemistry permanently. It lowers motivation. It can increase anxiety. Obviously, you have the munchies, so it can make people fat. Like, there's a bunch of negative effects to weed. Like, I can kind of understand if people have like chronic pain, where they want to smoke. The weed helps numb the pain. In that case, so like I can at least understand it. Like, maybe like on a medical sense. In that case, but as for just regular use, just because, no, I'm not a fan of it. Because all it does is like alcohol. In my opinion, it's worse than alcohol in that way, because at least you can still, depending on how alcohol affects you, obviously, because once again, it can make, in my case, it makes me really tired. So obviously, I'm not functional on alcohol. But with other people, at least loosens them up. In that case, and they're the functional alcoholics, right? Weed numbs you. It makes you not care about anything, and it kills your motivation completely. So in my eyes, weed is worse than alcohol in those regards. Though obviously, the side effects of alcohol are actually worse than weed, both long term and in severity. In this case, I don't fucking like it at all. Like, I'm not gonna fully say this is what fucking killed my previous relationship or anything like that. But when I got with my ex, he smoked weed. Now, not very often. He was only doing it like a couple times a month or something like that. But he showed me his shit, and it made me super fucking uncomfortable. I absolutely hated it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I wanted to be nice and be like, and be the cool girlfriend and not have to care about it. But I literally couldn't do it. I was like, no, we can't be the thing if he smoked weed. That simple. And he stopped, thankfully. But before I came to his life, he was smoking it for 10 fucking years. Now, obviously, I didn't know where he was like 10 years ago. Or 10 years before the relationship, whatever in that case. Right? But I would hear stories from his family about how he acted. And he sounded like a really bright and smart kid who had a lot going for him in life and was highly motivated and active. But then he got into a bad crowd when he was like 15, 16 years old. Started smoking pot a lot. And then had a whole bunch of other horrible things happen to him in the process because he was getting in that bad crowd. I would love to fucking see actual studies of long-term smoking weed and how it actually kills you, because when we got together, like, he was passionate about me, which was nice, but he wasn't passionate about the rest of life, right? Like, and he had no sex drive whatsoever. I wanted kids and a stable family, and unfortunately I was in that relationship for far longer than I should have been. And I'm not gonna fully blame the weed for it, but I am very, very fucking curious about how long he did it, since he did it at such a young age in puberty, and then everything else in between that has happened. And like, yes, weed does fuck with your libido. That is a good point to make with it. And then it took me years of me begging him to finally get tested to figure out his hormonal fucking shit. Testosterone was considered normal, but his prolactin was 5 times higher than it actually should be. It was absolutely insane. And it literally took me begging him to be able to do anything to get that tested, and then he refused to try to fix it. And by the way, fun fact, high prolactin has the same side effects as low testosterone. Zero libido, zero motivation, depression, migraines, and a whole bunch of other fucking shit that goes with it. Like, and it sucked because he was smart, he had potential, massive nerd, we got along wonderfully. Like everything about like the relationship was great, except for the fact we weren't fucking having sex and we weren't going anywhere because he had no motivation, and I wanted kids. So, yeah, this is where between my mom dying and or being an alcoholic in the first place, I should fucking say, because I don't care about the death. And that relationship, and I'm very once again, I'm sure it probably is a bit more than just the weed in the grand scheme of things, but I am very fucking curious here. But yeah, I don't fucking like this shit. So, like, in this case, so he had no sex drive, weak kills motivation for it, crazy. I mean, yeah, like he had zero fucking sex drive because I know a lot of people. I know like somebody already fucking said, well, maybe it's not me for being hot enough, whatever the case is. Without trying to be a massive whore here, I was getting hit on throughout the relationship, just fine. There was interested parties that would like. I remember when I worked at Walmart, some guy would walked up to me and asked me out, and I turned him down because I was in the relationship previously. That happened actually a few times throughout the relationship. So I am apparently attractive enough in those regards. Okay, I'm mid, but at least I'm still attractive enough in those regards in that case. So, like, it was definitely more on him. Because the thing is, he wouldn't even jerk off or anything, right? It wasn't just no sex. He wouldn't jerk off. He wouldn't watch porn. He didn't do anything like that, okay? Like I said, and he got tested and he had the ridiculously high prolactin. Because trust me, tried everything under the sun in that case. So, Maul just wanted her white children. The going nip took that away from her. I mean, yes and no. Because like I said, I'm not gonna fully blame weed for it, but I do think that I had some sort of effect on it. So, oh, were you dating a woman? No, he was a dude. He was definitely a fucking dude. But he obviously had problems here. Yeah, in that case. So, oh damn, turning down the Walmart chats. I mean, yeah, because I was in a relationship. I had to say no, obviously. Yeah, because I was in a Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $2 videos. Thank you. Post-prohibition, as in when it was made legal again. I got that. I understood. Wait. Apparently I didn't understand. Hold on, wait a second. You know, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm confusing myself and being retarded. No surprise there. Anyway, so mine is my retardation. Simon Belmont, thank you for the $5 dues. Due to the demonization of drugs, weed use became like a shaken bottle soda. Now that it's legal, a lot of people use it. Rosary is greater than drugs. I mean, yeah. I'm not personally super religious myself, but yeah, rosary is better than drugs by a lot. I definitely would agree there. You jumped over Rasmus's super chat? I did? I did miss one? Where? Where? Hold on, wait a second. Did I miss something? I did miss the fact that Humble Creamsman gifted 10 fucking subby puppies over on Kick. Hell yeah, thank you, dude. Thank you so fucking much. Sorry about that, Kick Bros. For ignoring you and abandoning you. Thank you, my dude. Oh, and I did miss Rasmus. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh, Rasmus, your Donkey Kong coins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for missing that. Thank you for those. VR Blackjack and Booze with Cat Girls. Sorry, Mar. Sorry, Mom. Okay, fine. You can have your VR Blackjack and Cat Girls. I'm not gonna deny you that. That does sound kind of fun. In those case. Oh, there. Okay. Where was I at? I went on a really personal tangent there. Ah. Fuck. Okay, should I actually read the article now? I say that, then I look over at chat again, and the first thing I see is I only smoke weed if it's laced with something, usually Fent. And I'm like, yeah, based. Oh, Saint Floyd. Oh, may you ever rest in peace here. Oh. Anyway, let's read it. It's time for America to admit it has a marijuana problem. Now, I am kind of curious why the New York Times is reporting on this. Because I'm like 99.99999999999% sure that they were in support of legalizing marijuana for like the longest time. I could have sworn. Like pretty much all mainstream media has been pushing for the legalizing of marijuana for like decades now. So the fact that like they're making, and granted this is an opinion piece, right? So it's not like the New York Times itself, but still, I just find it a little bit interesting. What's the change here? Like, even though I personally am against weed myself, when there's a switch up to the narrative, it does make me a little bit suspicious here. So 13 years ago, no state allowed marijuana for the recreational purposes. Today, most Americans live in a state that allows them to buy and smoke a joint. President Trump continued the trend towards legalization in December by loosening federal restrictions. This editorial board has long supported marijuana legalization. Oh, they even admit it. Okay, interesting. In 2014, we published a 6-part series that compared the federal marijuana ban to alcohol prohibition and argued for a repeal. Much of what we wrote then holds up, but not all of it does. At the time, supporters of legalization predicted that it would bring a few downsides. In our editorials, we described marijuana addiction and dependence as a relatively minor problem. Many advocates went further and claimed that marijuana was a harmless drug that might even bring in net health benefits. He also said legalization might not lead to greater use. Well, that was fucking retarded. Of course it would lead to greater fucking use because it's easily accessible. Christ. It is now clear that many of the predictions were wrong. Legalization has led to much more use. Oh wow, I could have told you that back in 2014! I was a social justice warrior in 2014, and I could have told you that then! Surveys suggest that about 18 million people in the United States have used marijuana almost daily, or about 5 times a week in recent years. That was up from around 6 million in 2012 and less than 1 million in 1992. More Americans now use marijuana daily than alcohol. Let's click this, because like I said, unfortunately with the archive that we have here, there's no pictures, and I want the pictures. So, oh. Okay, well it's fine. City finds. I was hoping for a graph, but okay then. In 2022, an estimated 17.7 million people used marijuana daily or near daily compared to 14.7 million, 14.7 million daily or near daily drinkers, according to a study. From 1992 to 2022, the per capita rate, now per capita is okay. Reporting daily or near daily marijuana use increased 15-fold. See, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing, because once again, weed does not make you productive in society. It actually makes society lazy and shitty. So 15-fold, that 18 million versus like 1 million, less than 1 million in 1992. Like, keep in mind, like the less than 1 million in 1992 is actually, I mean, there's gonna be some whites in there, obviously, but most of that's gonna be blacks. So I kind of brought this up a while ago. Actually, well, chat did technically. But drug use is actually a very big animal behavior. And very popular. I mean, you can just look at 90s rap and talk, and you hear about them talking about smoking joints. Obviously, Snoop Dogg's popular because of the whole thing. And it's very black it's very ghetto behavior to do drugs just in general. And it's always been looked down upon, right? Ostracized, because it does change you. It does make you lazy. And it's not good for you, regardless of the case. But as we have become more multicultural and diverse with time, which I just absolutely love diversity, there has been this push for white people to act more like blacks. You see it in the fact that all the popular music now is all fucking ghetto music. We don't actually have like early 2000s rock anymore. Which is fantastic. Like, we don't actually have white people music. We just have the diverse version of it. I mean, Bad Bunny playing the Super Bowl was a great example of that, right? In that case. And a lot of the songs are talking about degeneracy. Obviously, party, sex, drinking, cheating, and then smoking weed. 420 blaze it, smoke weed every day. Kind of deal. And I brought this up earlier, but it bears repeating that there was an actual study done to see if a baby and a chimp, if the baby were put together, the baby would make the chimp smarter. Instead, the chimp made the baby dumber. And you can see this in real time based off how white people act. They're getting tattoos. They're becoming more and more like white trash. How they dress, how they act. Like, I saw this video the other day. It might be in my Making Me Racist folder. Here. That, this white girl was just acting in the most, like, disgusting, disgrace behavior. Okay, it's not here. It should have popped up by now. It should have popped up by now. Man, I should have saved it. But alas. Anyways. And just like doing all these like very sexual acts with all these other like black women, and they were really shocked when she started joining in with them, but then they like were cheering it on and everything like that. Because we can all point and see, okay, that's horrible behavior. That's not how you should act. And yet for some reason it's becoming more common. You should see this just genetic trash that goes in and out of the dispensary and make conclusions from that. Yes. Like, they're not, I don't know, like, obviously there's people smoke that, there's weed smokers within chat, and I'm sure you're probably fine and decent people, overall, but it goes back to the whole exceptions to the rule, right? Like, okay, so obviously there's some good black people out there. I'm at the point where I don't believe there's any good women, but there has to be some good women out there, right? There's gotta be some good, there's good gays, good trannies, question mark. There's always, there's a 0.01% of the population of whatever demographic group that has bad stereotypes that are actually decent, right? Well, same thing when it comes to, like, druggies. And if you smoke weed, in my opinion, you're a druggie. As it has become a lot more commodified and popular, that amount of people who are actually decent is going to grow up, because it has become more normalized in general. But I feel like they would be better people without it. So for myself, like, I mean, we were able to build society, well, at least with alcohol, right? I don't know what we're exactly building here with weed. Obviously, there's a million other fucking problems happening in society right now, so we can't actually have a full comparison. But I would strike this down as an example of society as a whole just falling down. You're a woman, aren't you? Unfortunately. And no, I'm not good. I am not good, chat. Don't think that. Yeah, there. Oh, thank you, SGG 167 for the $5 with those. Thank you. It looks like the most base politician has thrown his hat in the arena. Rupert Lowe is now trying to restore Britain to a political party. Wait, really? Is that like, hold on, breaking news? sorry to get off the weed talk for a millisecond. Again, this is we're going literally all over the place. So, I want to look. Rupert. Might be helpful if I can spell his name properly. And find my mouse. He did! Okay. We will talk about this after the week. Because I want to try to relatively stay on topic here. And we have an article to read and everything like that. But that next. I am fucking excited as shit as this. There we go. White pill! White pill, bros! We actually have a fucking white pill! Oh, hell yeah! Okay. Before we get super excited about that, let's piss off more people. Oh, thank you, Clarky, for the 500 warp token. Thank you. There are some good blacks and women. Forget about the Mary Jane. Someone check them all in the rehab and hope for her opium addiction. No! I don't want to go to rehab. I'm not Courtney Love. In that case, goddamn. I'll thank you, the base bird, for becoming a Diddy Blood. Thank you. I really want to, and thank you for the $5 reduce too. Thank you. I really want to get into VTuber myself someday with a base parrot avatar. Is that that is edgy and funny? Have any advice for VTubing if I started out? Well, first off, I'm assuming you're a dude. So, I mean, you definitely want. Okay, so here's a hard fact that a lot of people don't want to address, but being a male VTuber is like a death sentence. Obviously, there are a few people that manage to do relatively okay, but usually they already had a base, a following. Excuse me. With it. In that case. Now, you said you're being a parrot avatar. So that should be relatively okay, not an anime man. Something about an anime man just, like, is off-putting. I have a bit of reasons why, like, I have, a theories why, but I'm not gonna get into it right now. But if you're just, like, a parrot, and it's, like a PNG, like a reactive PNG, that's gonna be your best bet. Or, like, a mouse tracker, where it actually, like, follows your mouse, around the screen. So that's what I would recommend in that case, not an actual, like, full-on VTuber model. Because at least special one starting out, because one is cheaper that way. I'll buy a lock shot because VTuber models are expensive. And two, it just doesn't do very well for men. There. So also, be careful about your design because there already is a parrot, content creator out there. Obviously, there's there's plenty of, like, fox VTubers, so, like, that's not exactly a big deal if you're, like, using the same animal in that regards, but you want to try to, obviously, make your design different and stand out. Bright colors that catch people's attention. Like, along those lines. Other than that, mic setup is gonna be your biggest priority if you're gonna be investing any money into it. Put it where the mic's at, because if you sound like fucking shit and gonna make people's ears bleed, then they're not gonna want to listen to you. And then just make content. It doesn't have to be good. It's not gonna be good originally, and you're gonna need fucking a blessing from the algorithm gods and a little bit of luck on your side to get noticed. So don't expect success immediately or within the first few years, but just keep at it. Make good content, because that is important too, because it actually has to be good, right? It's not just luck and the algorithm gods. You actually have to be good at it, and just hone your craft, and you should be pretty good. So, well, I say pretty good, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Aljasaga, for the $5 dues. Thank you. Every concession for each exception has historically become obsession, leading to elimination, degradation. Yes, 100%, 100 fucking %. Alex Rob, thank you for the $2 dues. A moral white pill. Oh, better to drop 5 black pills to be equal. Exactly. We must become depressed. Okay? I want you secretly to actually smoke the weed so you can forget about the worlds. That's why. That's why. Hmm. There we go here. Ask him if he has a personality? I mean, that's kind of rude, but yes, you do have to be, like, funny, right? You do have to... I mean, you don't want to force the funniness, because that's just fucking cringe. But you do have to be entertaining, right? Because you're once again, it basically goes back to the content needs to be actually good. Now, obviously, what considers good content is going to vary depending on what you end up doing and that kind of deal, but still. Ah. Here we go. Surging pot use. Number of U.S. residents consuming marijuana by frequency of use per month. Interesting. 3 days or fewer. That has risen a lot. But not too bad. But the 21 days plus has fucking skyrocketed. Holy shit. That's like basically the entire fucking month. 18 million people are doing that almost every single day. That has gone absolutely insane. Yeah. There has to be some long-term side effects of smoking weed that much every single day. For years on end. Like, 100 fucking percent. 100 fucking percent. We just need the studies for it. Like, once again, the COVID vaccine. A lot of people, but not enough. But a lot of people were hesitant for the COVID vaccine because they weren't exactly sure what the long-term side effects were because it was brand fucking new, shoved out the door, Operation Warp Speed style. For it. And we don't know what's going to be happening for the people in 10 years. Or I guess I should say 5 years. It's been like fucking 5 years since the vaccine itself came out. And obviously now we've already seen some of the consequences of it too. But we don't really know for weed if there's not enough studies for it because one, it wasn't legal for the longest time, which is actually one of the pros of legalizing it, technically, is that you can actually make it allowed to be studied, because if it's illegal, then it's kind of part of the study in that case, because the government's not exactly going to give you grants for that shit. So we don't actually know, like, the long-term side effects of people smoking that much weed every single day for years on end. How it affects. We already know some of the side effects of weed, like the lower libido, motivation, and other things, that goes with it. But, like, that long term, it has to have consequences. 100 fucking consequences in that case, and that's not good. I don't fucking care whatever the pros are, unless you like medically need it, right? Because like I'm not a fan of big pharma either, at all. But if you actually need it to just function because you're in that much pain, and it actually helps with you, that's like the only legit fucking reason to take it, especially that often. But for regular use, no, absolutely no. I don't understand the double standards that people have, when it comes to these different drugs here. I don't, right? Yeah, different standards for men and women makes complete fucking sense. Different biology to like the T, right? Different standards, different values, everything else. Like there's a good reason why there's double standards for men and women. But when it comes to drugs, it's there's not enough differences between them to not basically fully be like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't do them. Obviously, there's some of them are better than others. Once again, like caffeine's technically a drug too. It has its side effects and its own problems, in itself. But you know, caffeine's way lower down on the list of bad drugs to be taking. In that case, and you can differentiate if it go within its own category, but you can still recognize that hey, maybe caffeine isn't the healthiest to take either, right? It can cause heart problems. You can desensitize. You have to take more and more. You know, that kind of deal. I just ugh. It's annoying to me. Thank you, Anime Acumen, for being a member for 1 month now. Thank you for being a Diddy Blood for that long. Hello, controversial. I am Thoughts, so welcome in, Thoughts. I have way too many of you. Weed lowering libido sounds good for minimal? What the fuck's wrong with you? I mean, okay, sorry, I shouldn't be so mean. I'm in a pissy mood. Like I don't like actually being like mean the chat, but no, lowering libido is not a good thing. Like I get obviously we're having a dating fucking crisis right now, and we're not having kids, so there's obviously a lot of men that are addicted to porn. And all those other like problems that go along with it, but men have high libido for a reason, and if you kill it, especially long term, that just sounds like it's gonna cause some problems. Like, men have high libidos for a reason. They're supposed to reproduce. One man can have a child with 6 different women at the same time. One woman can only have 1 kid at a time from one man. Going right. Be the Muslim you were meant to be! Anti-inflammatory benefits for no toxic load alone makes a safe and easy solution for most problems. I mean, that's where the medical benefit comes in, and not like completely against medical marijuana. Like, to me, it's the medical marijuana in itself isn't a slippery slope, but it was the slippery slope like it was used to make it more normalized across society 10 years ago. As I remember people pushing for medical marijuana instead of just making it legal, but then they just made it fucking legal instead. In those regards. So, but, like, Grape? Yes. This wider use has caused a rise in addiction and other problems. Every year, 2.8 million people in the United States suffer from cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, which causes severe vomiting and stomach pain. More people have also ended up in hospitals with marijuana-linked paranoia and chronic psychotic disorders. Bystanders have also been hurt, including by people driving under the influence of pot. Actually, I have a story about the pot thing. When I worked at Subway, there was a girl that smoked a fuck ton of weed. And, you know, she was nice for, you know, work friend. She did come from a not so great home, and was, you know, her life choices weren't exactly the best we could say, but she's a nice person, right? And yes, she was white, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, unfortunately. And I remember she told me this one story where she said she got like high, like she I think she had like an edible, but then she didn't feel the effects like a half an hour later. Like she tried to like wait the half an hour, so then she like ate another one, and then she went driving or something like that, and then it kicked in, and she was she went to go stop, but she like couldn't fucking see the stop sign because she was like, it looked so far away, like she couldn't tell where the stop sign was at. And so she was like slowly creeping up to it because she couldn't, she knew it was coming, but she couldn't actually see where it was, like the distance for it. And it was like late at night, so like nobody was on the road. But like she told me that story, and I was just like, I'm not. This is not like helping. This is not helping your case here. Like I'm more. You told me the story. Now I'm even more against weed. That sounds awful. I mean, it's like driving while drunk, obviously. Both are bad and both are illegal. But I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do this shit. So, America should not go back to prohibition and fix these problems. The war on marijuana brought its own costs. Every year, authorities arrested hundreds of thousands of Americans for marijuana possession. The people who suffered the legal and financial consequences were disproportionately black, Latino, and poor. Okay, I don't give a fuck about that. A society that allows adults to use alcohol and tobacco cannot sensibly arrest people for marijuana use. We oppose the nascent efforts to recriminalize the drugs. There's a potential ballot initiative in Massachusetts this year that will ban recreational sales and home growing. Yet there's a lot of space between heavy-handed criminal prohibition and soft legalization. Much as the United States previously went too far in banning pot, it has recently gone too far in accepting and promoting its use. Given the growing harms of marijuana use, American lawmakers should do more to regulate it. The most promising approach is one popularized by Mark Kleinman, a drug policy scholar who died in 2018. He described it as grudging toleration. Governments can enact policies to keep drug legal and try to curb the biggest downsides. Culture and social norms can play an important role too. Okay, so like, I'm not actually fully against this. I mean, it kind of sounds like they're blaming capitalism for this, but I'm not against more. I guess it depends on what are the regulations already on the books. Because obviously I don't want to push it too far. I'm not exactly a fan. Like, if it's legal, I'm not exactly a fan of stopping home growing. And but recreational sales, I would be relatively okay. Though I'm aware that that's not possible, and this one's super unpopular. In that case. So I mean, like I said before, right? When it's become so normalized within society, if putting the genie back in the bottle is almost impossible without some sort of like fucking doomsday event, right? Same with like women's rights, unfortunately. We're gonna need some severe like asteroid falling on the earth, Civil War, Beanie Man style thing happening to put women's rights back in. That's where basically weed's at currently. Like, it's become so socially acceptable that actually making it illegal again is not possible. And I'm not really fully advocating for that, though frankly I wouldn't be against it either in this case. But I guess it depends on how far they go to regulate it. The larger point is that a society would be willing to examine the real-world impact of any major policy change and consider additional changes in response to new facts. In the case of marijuana, the recent evidence offers a reason for Americans to become more grudging about accepting its use. Oh, actually, I remember. I had another point I was going to make, but I forgot what it was. Culture and social norms can play an important role too. Okay, thank you. Thank you, New York Times, for admitting that yes, culture and social norms are actually fucking important. So advocating for people to be massive fucking degenerates is actually a huge problem. Like, you know, gays and women existing, that kind of deal. Like, we need to bring back shame. We need to bring back a culture of shame in general for like a lot of things. Like celebrating women being whores. Like, let's say Bonnie Blue, because she's like the biggest example. Yeah, culture and social norms can play an important role. Yes, I agree. Thank you, New York Times, for recognizing it. Why is it with a wiki? Like, I'm not a fan of weed, but it just seems like, and I know they're trying to be like, oh, but we're not saying we should like ban it again and that kind of deal, and it's proportionally it affects blacks and Latinos. But why is it now with weed you can recognize that social norms are important to society? And we have rules and regulations in place, even if it's not actually from the government themselves. That's a good thing in that case. But not for women being whores? And, you know, they should become mothers instead of going to college and working in Jew daycare? What is with this? What, like, this fucking dissociation that they're doing here. I can't, I hate this. Ugh. Fuck! Over the past several decades, supporters of marijuana legalization often call for a strategy to legalize and regulate. It's a smart approach. Unfortunately, countries pursued the first part while largely ignoring the second. Oh my god, you know, this sounds almost just like fucking, like abortion. It's supposed to be like safe, legal, and rare, right? But then people made abortion legal, and now we're at the point where like third-term abortions are legal in certain, well, semi-legal in states. And it's like super fucking popular. Women are doing it like crazy. Like I remember the statistic for Britain was absolutely abysmal. I forget what it was, like a fourth of like Gen Z's been aborted or something like that, just in general. I forget the actual statistics on abortion, so my apologies on this. But wow! Wow! This sounds like basically almost a very similar situation where we legalize something, we make it a social norm to be acceptable, and it's actually a bad thing. Like, I just... I don't know, maybe I'm too straight-laced. Maybe I'm too conservative, or whatever the case is. And I look at that like abortion bad, weed bad, alcohol bad, whores bad, like gays bad. Like, am I just too negative? Do I just think too many things are bad, and maybe we should put the genie back in the bottle? At least try to. Like, what? Like, come on, man. What is with this? Yeah. Almost 2 billion legal abortions in the last 50 years. Now, granted, I will say, when it comes to abortion, I do like to ask, what are the demographics of that? What are the demographics of the abortion in that case? But if nuns do it, it's probably not a good thing. Like, abortion, not a good thing. Weed, not a good thing. Like, shootings, not a good thing. Like, stealing, not a good thing. Wow, all the nuns do this stuff. We should have white people do it too. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Like, fuck. We want to emphasize that occasional marijuana use is no more a problem than drinking a glass of wine with dinner or smoking a celebratory cigar. Many Americans find it enjoyable to smoke a joint or eat an edible with friends or alone. Some people with serious illnesses have found relief in marijuana. Adults should have the freedom to use it. Still, any product that brings both pleasures and problems requires a balancing act, and marijuana falls in this category. Yes, it's safer than alcohol and tobacco in some ways, but it's not harmless. I would probably say it's more dangerous than tobacco in my book. Is the biggest concern is excessive use. At least 1 in 10 people who use marijuana develops an addiction, a similar share as with alcohol. Even some who don't develop an addiction can still use it too much. People who are frequently stoned can struggle to hold a job or take care of their families. As marijuana legalization has accelerated across the country, doctors are contending with the effects of the explosion of the use of drug intensity. A New York Times investigation concluded in 2024. Accumulating harm is broader and more severe than previously reported. Wow! Almost like everybody who was against the legalization of this was talking about this years ago before it became legalized. Wow! Who could have guessed? Oh! Jennifer Macaluso, a hairdresser in Illinois, experienced these harms. She turned to marijuana to treat severe migraines, and the drug helped at first. After months of use, though, she started getting sick. Her nausea and vomiting became so bad that she had to stop working. Only months after seeing doctors did one finally confirm marijuana was a problem. Why don't more doctors know about it? She told the Times. Why didn't anyone ever mention it to me? Wow, this almost sounds like abortion again. Wow, I didn't know the side effects of abortion and how it decreases my fertility and causes me a whole bunch of pain and fucks up my vagina. Why didn't any doctors tell me? I don't know. Like, nausea and vomiting is not like the worst side effect to have. Like, obviously, in the case of, like, alcohol, it fucking kills you. But then again, you usually have nausea and vomiting alcohol, too. So who knows? Maybe you do enough weed, eventually will kill you, too. I guess we'll have to find out with enough time. Part of the answer, the power of big weed. Not big pharma, big weed. Okay. For-profit marijuana companies is made possible by legalization. Have a financial incentive to mislead the public about what they're selling. Marijuana and CBD companies have made false claims so their products can treat cancer and Alzheimer's. Others have sold products such as Strips Ahoy and Double Stuffed Stonio and packages that mimic snacks for children. The company's executives note that they can increase profits by downplaying the harms of frequent use. More than half of the industry sales come from roughly 20% of customers known as heavy users. I mean, like, okay, so making false claims is bad, right? Like, I'm not condoning that. I don't really care about the mimic snacks for children because it's supposed to be fun and whatever. Like, this is just typical marketing. I'm not really gonna blame capitalism for this. Exactly. Like, the problem with Big Pharma is the fact that they pay off doctors to push drugs on people to make them worse. I don't tell you the long-term side effects of it. The problem with weed is, well, thankfully doctors aren't exactly pushing it. I guess it depends on the state, I should probably say. In that case. But I mean, the problem with weed is that they're not talking about the long-term side effects or the side effects of it general, trying to pretend that it's absolutely harmless. At least doctors aren't pushing it. It's just people just going to the store and buying it. Like, there's a difference there. One's actively malicious. The other one is just people just using their money how they want to use their money. Like, I'm not, like, there's many issues with weed, once again, but trying to blame it on capitalism is not going to be the solution here. Ugh. The legal pot industry grew to more than $30 billion in the United States sales in 2024, close to total annual revenue of Starbucks. As the industry has grown, it's increased lobbying of state and federal lawmakers and has won some big victories. Okay, see, that's the problem. That's an actual legit problem. I hate fucking lobbying. Marijuana companies, not casual smokers, are the biggest winners of Mr. Trump's decision to reclassify the drug from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Well, I think that was kind of the point. The change will increase profits of these businesses by causing tax code to treat them more favorably. This does not qualify as a grudging toleration. A better approach would acknowledge that many people end up worse off than when they start to use marijuana more frequently. The goal should not be elimination. The goal should be slow the recent rise and perhaps partly reverse it, while acknowledging that many people use marijuana safely and responsibly. Alcohol and tobacco are often used a useful framework. Both are legal with limitations, including the relatively high taxes, open continual laws, and regulations on alcohol and nicotine levels. The goal is to balance personal freedom with public health. Well, the thing about, okay, I get where they're coming from with trying to use alcohol and tobacco as the framework, but there's issues with alcohol and tobacco because alcohol and tobacco have been, for generations now, at this point, for years, have been told is big and dangerous, and obviously people still do it, but it's much more moderation because they do have basically it's propaganda. It's good propaganda, but it's propaganda nonetheless, shoved down their throats about the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. And especially in the case of tobacco, like, how many people in the younger generations actually smoke tobacco?
It's always the Jews.
And smoke cigarettes. Like, you're gonna have a lot of the dudes in more of the construction, blue collar industries that get into it and chew. But you don't see the widespread use of regular smoking within Gen Z because it has been so unattainable and socially unacceptable for so long, because we were able to change the culture to be against it through years of propaganda campaign and schooling and stuff like that. Alcohol, as we already kind of discussed, it's a big problem with alcohol is the fact that people aren't actually going out and interacting with each other anymore. Nobody's going to parties, no one's going to bars, the dating scene's absolutely destroyed. Like, nobody really drinks anymore because of it, and you stay at home and play video games. Well, it's much easier and it's much more enjoyable for people to stay at home and play video games and smoke weed, which is one of the reasons why you're going to be seeing such a huge increase in smoking weed. And like Reverend Norse mentioned earlier, when it comes to alcohol, at like the same vein of the whole people aren't going outside anymore to drink. Well, drinking is part of the social bonding too. Well, I personally don't fucking like it. Alcohol is usually involved because it does loosen you up, and so it does make you more vulnerable, which does bring closeness with other people. And, well, if people aren't doing that, then it is what it is. I know vaping was trying to be like a really big thing as alternative, not vaping weed, but vaping in general with the nicotine flavored shit. Was really popular when I was younger. I remember selling that stuff at the gas station until Trump, on his first administration, made it illegal to have the flavors, which pissed off a lot of people. I was against it. Like, while I'm not a fan of vaping either, and I find it disgusting, I'd rather a guy smoke than vape by a long fucking shot. And I imagine smoking actual tobacco is, and when I mean smoking, I mean regular cigarettes, not weed. I imagine it's actually healthier than the vapes because we don't know the long-term side effects of vapes, and you have all this fucking like mist shit and all those fucking fake chemicals that go into your body because of it. I mean, obviously I know there's fake chemicals and cigs or cigarettes too, depending on the brand you get. American spirits are the healthiest as far as I'm aware, but still. Anyways, but then vaping got shut down, pretty much nipped in the bud pretty early because of one, how popular it got, how bad it was for kids, and then making it illegal. So then vaping has mostly stopped, as far as I can tell. I mean, some people do use it as an alternative from actual real smoking, but then there's a danger to that because there's more. You can put more nicotine in vapes than you can in actual cigs. So. Anyway, sorry, so I'm tensioning like fucking crazy with this article, but I have lots of opinions on this topic and lots of counter arguments for it. We will get to probably another topic eventually here today. No worries, chat. No worries. Where was I even at with this? It's just basically my point is weed doesn't have the same fucking negative like social norms that alcohol and tobacco do. Marijuana, however, is less regulated in several crucial ways. The federal government taxes alcohol and tobacco, for example, but not marijuana. And increases in tobacco taxes have been a major reason that its use has declined in the 21st century with profound health benefits. Well, I'm not a big fan of the government, and I definitely don't like taxes. That is a very effective way. I remember people at the gas station constantly bitching about how expensive smoking was, and I'm just like, well, maybe just don't smoke. I know it's not exactly the best mentality to have, but hey, it's effective. The first step in a strategy to reduce marijuana abuse should be a federal tax on pot. States should also raise taxes on pot. Today, state taxes can be low as a few additional cents on a joint. Taxes should be high enough to deter excessive use, on a scale of dollars per joint, not cents. Federal alcohol taxes, which have failed to keep pace with inflation since 1990, should rise too. I don't know. I'm not exactly a big fan of raising taxes in general. Like, I know I'm not like, listen, if alcohol and cigarettes are gonna be taxed too, does it mean I'm also a fan of raising the taxes? There's my double standard there, okay? There's my inconsistency. An advantage of taxes is that they fall much more on heavy users than casual smokers. If a joint costs $10 and a $5, that would mean a lot extra money for someone now smoking multiple joints a day, and may change the person's behavior. It will not be a big burden for someone occasionally. A second step will be restrictions on the harmful forms of marijuana, which will also be similar to regulations for alcohol and tobacco. Today's cannabis is... Jesus Christ, I'm burping so much, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Today, cannabis is far more important than the pot that preceded legalization. In 1995, the marijuana seized with the Drug Enforcement Administration was around 14% THC, the primary psychoactive compound in pot. Today, you can buy marijuana products with THC levels 90% or more. As the cliche goes, it's not your parents' weed. It's as someone with it's as if some beer brands are still sold as beer, but containing much alcohol per ounce of whiskey. That's insane. Like I've heard that the weed's much stronger than it was decades ago. I did not realize it was that different. That's okay. Yeah, there definitely needs to be regulation. Okay, once again, not a big fan of government, but I'm also not libertarian. There definitely needs to be. If it's going to be legal, there has to be some sort of regulation on that. For 90% or more, that's almost like 100% compared to what you would just get off the fucking street in the 90s. That's insane. Yeah, the government is necessary in some cases. That's a case where the government is fucking necessary. Unfortunately. Fucking hell. No wonder people have so many problems today. Ugh. Not surprisingly, greater THC potency has contributed to more addiction and illness. The appropriate response is both to make illegal any marijuana product that exceeds THC level of 60% and to impose higher taxes on potent forms of pot, much as liquor is taxed more heavily than beer and wine. Okay, that seems like a reasonable compromise there. Third, the federal government take action on medical marijuana. Decades of studies on the drug have proved disappointing boosters finding little medical benefit. Really? We got many dispensary claims without evidence that marijuana treats a host of medical conditions. Government should crack down on outlandish claims. It should issue a clear warning to dispensaries that falsely promise cures and then close that do not comply. Interesting. Will it load? Review of medical cannabis use finds little evidence of benefits. Researchers found a chasm between the health reasons for which public sees out cannabis and what gold standard science actually shows about its effectiveness. 2025. Interesting. Wait. December 2025. Okay, so the New York Times is on a very anti-weed roll. That makes me a little bit suspicious. Like I said, not a fan of weed, but I'm also not a fan of mainstream media and journalists. What's the incentive here for going this all of a sudden huge shift against weed? Is it because like Trump reduced the federal stuff of it and they just hate Trump? Like, well, I mean, they're making valid points on how to stop it and all that stuff, but like, so like it's on my side, but I'm a little, why are you on my side? Like, I'm suspicious now. So to treat their pain, anxiety, and sleep problems, millions of Americans turn to cannabis, which is legal in 40 states, but used by a new review of 15 years of research shows that evidence of its benefits are often exclusive. Nearly 30% of medical cannabis patients here for cannabis use disorder. I mean, I haven't actually seen statistics myself, but I've heard plenty of anecdotal evidence of it actually helping people. Now, granted, I'm sure it probably has some negative side effects too, but okay, am I gonna be able to read this? I'm not gonna be able to read it on the archive site. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a little few grains of salt into this self until I actually see statistics. But okay then. Federal government needs to be part of these solutions, leaving taxes and regulations. State threatens to create a race to the bottom in which people can cross state lines to buy their pot. Congress can set a floor, as it is done, however, inaccurately with alcohol and tobacco, and states can build on those on it as they choose. The unfortunate truth is that the loosening of marijuana policies, especially the decision to legalize pot without adequately regulating it, has led to worse outcomes than many Americans expected. It is time to acknowledge reality. Of course. Well, I expected it, but then again, I was also against COVID and a bunch of other fucking different things for years now, too, because I fucking expected it. It doesn't take much pattern recognition to realize this, frankly, but okay. Like, that's it for the article here. There are medicinal parts of weed for, like, Parkinson's and shit, but that's because they have a different strand. What they still to get high is a strand that makes the doping effects to the max. Okay. So, I mean, they did say that these companies are like promoting it for the medical benefits, but they're not. Okay, so they're not selling the right strand or the right potency or the right whatever mixture that it needs to be, and they're just doing it under the guise of the fact that it's medical benefits, not actually the true version that you would get from a doctor. Not that I really like doctors, but you know what I mean in this case. That would make more sense. So so even the 20 to 30% back in the day wasn't quite the same, yeah. Like, so even the ones that were smoking every fucking day, there was like less than 1 million people that were smoking almost every single day back in the 90s that they quoted there, wasn't even the fucking strong shit that people have access to today. It makes things even fucking worse. I am very curious what the long-term side effects will be if we did a study in like 10 to 20 years about people who smoke this shit every day and that kind of deal. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that or not. I don't know if we can actually get that or not, unfortunately. So that was very sad. I know I missed some super chats. My apologies. Thank you, Eldritch Saga, for the $2 reduce. Thank you. You make your message private, but the only way I can talk to the parrot guy is stream, so you're making me very conflicted right here. So I'm going to just ignore the fact that you private. I'm sorry. Don't confuse me like that, man. Um. Oh shit, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. Anyway, anyway, uh, well, we got an AI artist here, and so I don't know if oh, what's your name? I don't want to call you Parrot Dude because he had a real name. It was like something like the Bass Bird or something like that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, he made an AI version for you. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not gonna be complaining. I mean, daddy, oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually really good. AI can do some crazy fucking things these days. Not gonna lie here. Ooh, ooh. I mean, it's still like anime style, so I don't know how well that actually would work for content creation. And if your content's not gonna be appealing to women, then there's kind of no point looking like a handsome dad. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Anyway, moving on, moving on. Instead of gooning, let me smoke some 420 here. Uh, thank you, Dr. Cross, for the 25 shekels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, though I know I'm pissing you off this whole entire stream. Fuck you, Amal is why they really want weed ban. Can prevent COVID. They're coming for a second round of COVID. What? What? I am not that surprised, but what? Here? What is this? 2022. New research shows cannabis prevents COVID-19 infection. Researchers affiliated with Oregon State University have published findings that cannabis should. Excuse me. Fuck me. Sorry, chat. Should be a natural alternative in prevention and treatment of COVID-19 virus. The study reports that compounds prevent infection by blocking its human cells. CBGA, or cannabidiolic acid, or cannabidiolic acid, also known as CBGA, are commonly found in hemp varieties of cannabis, bind to spike proteins, SARS, I'm not reading all that, virus that cause COVID-19. By binding the spike protein, the compounds that can prevent the virus from cells and causing infection. Current COVID-19 vaccines and popular antibody treatments target the same spike proteins that these hemp properties target, and helping to prevent infection by blocking the entry of cells and can help inhibit replication, thus shortening infections. Other ongoing cannabis studies are showing promise by focusing on anti-inflammatory properties of cannabinoids. It is well known that the COVID-19 virus causes inflammation to the body's immune response, resulting in side effects, comorbidities, and cases of death. Another study found that cannabinoids might help treat mental health and neurological complications of COVID-19. It has mental health and neurological complications? What are you talking about here? Um, so while the use of cannabis is controversial and much more research needs to be done in the effectiveness of cannabis in prevention and treatment of COVID-19, preliminary findings are promising. The cannabinoids and acids are readily available in hemp oils and extracts and have been safe for. Hemp is not a controlled substance and no psychoactive ingredients like THC and marijuana. These compounds can be taken orally and can develop into good preventive drugs. Okay, well, there's a difference between hemp and THC. These studies are by no means suggesting they should begin using cannabis or CBD products as a way to prevent or treat coronavirus infection. Best way to protect yourselves by getting vaccinated, boosted, wear a mask, and isolate if you're exposed or feel sick. Blech. Kill yourself. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna take their word for this in this case, but I'm of the belief that COVID-19 is not that big of a fucking deal. Like, it's it ain't that fucking deep. You're not gonna die from it. Like, I mean, I guess unless if they're really trying to do a COVID 2026 electric boogaloo or whatever the case is. Okay, then we're gonna have a little bit of a problem here, and I can guess I can kind of see where they're coming from with this. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little. I like the word conspiracy. I'm a little. I like to wear the tinfoil, right? I'm a conspiracy theorist. But if they really try it again, if they're trying to, if, I don't know. Like nobody really knows that weed's effective against COVID-19. Like I've never heard of that before until just now. It was not, and I was like part of the underground trying to figure out like what was happening with COVID and everything like that, and all the lies and shit. I don't hear any fucking leftists talking about that, and they absolutely adore. Um, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once at the moment, and they absolutely adore weed, for example. So I'm not gonna like press you the X to doubt here, Delta Cross, because usually you're right on a lot of stuff, but like I don't I don't know I don't know. Um. Thank you, Eldritch Saga, for the $2 reviews. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Updated. Sorry, busy right now. I'm looking at the link, and I just see the same thing. So I don't think it's been updated, unless you have to send me a link. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know how that stuff works. Apology, but it doesn't. It's not updated on my end. What else have I missed? What else have I missed? Yeah. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $5 reviews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is the controversial opinions only overuse of weed and mental brain disorders is bad evil, or will we get to another opinion soon? I'm sorry. I mean, that's basically that is the main topic for today because early streams are a little bit shorter. But that's basically it. Because the other stuff I have, I know you guys are going to agree with me. Well, okay, I should say I imagine you guys actually are going to agree with me for the other stuff I had. This is the only one that I know is a little bit more split because of how normalized it's um so um that case. There's one reason why I don't talk about it because like I said, I don't actually like pissing you guys off. But hey, I hate both weed and alcohol, big pharma, anything else in between, the hard drugs too. I just like being sober, okay? I've seen in real fucking time what happens when you alter your brain chemistry permanently by being addicted to a substance that you ingest. It's bad for you, okay? Like we don't need these whole anti-alcohol campaigns that happen in school to know this stuff. You can see it in real fucking time. Or like the crackheads on the street. Like we all like to make fun of California for giving the heroin um to the crack addicts that are just lazing around like that. I mean, I saw the other day that apparently New York City has goddamn drug tents where they're actually selling hard drugs on the streets because of Zora Mandami. The police aren't doing anything about it. Like, we all can point and laugh at that and talk about how stupid that is. But no, weed. The holy fucking grail of drugs that have zero fucking harm. Well, fucking get out of here. Sorry, if you can hear the thingy here. I'm standing up. I've been standing for a minute, and I've been having my creatine mix here, and I'm just like gesticulating and yeah, and moving around. Here's my alcohol. Um. Anyway, we can move on. We can move on with a white pill. Yes. Okay. Okay, I know I have a mainly American audience, but for the Brits in the chat, apparently Rupert Lowe is launching Restore Britain as an actual national political party. I'm so fucking excited. I'm not actually British. I'm kind of sad because I kind of wish we had this here. I wish the Republicans were like Restore Britain. Of course, maybe I'll get psyops like Reform has. But fuck yeah! Instead of fuck yeah America, we got fuck yeah Britain. Let's go. Okay, let's watch this. Wait, when was the background music turned off? Has the background music been turned off this entire stream? I am so sorry, chat. Anyways, well, I'll turn it back off again, apparently. I don't fucking know what I was doing. Anyways, let's watch the video. Yeah, and you didn't tell me? Horrible mods. Horrible mods. I'm gonna fucking take your balls out of the freezer and play with them. In a non-sexual way. I mean, like the torture way. Like, get the.
I have chosen to speak to you today
Ooh,
from the
loud.
farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about. Hard work, responsibility, effort, duty, stewardship. This is the England I know, and this is the England that I love. On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations. In what you leave behind to those who come after you. And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. Can
I just note that this is gorgeous? I wish I was there. I love how the line of trees makes like a path. I love how green it is. I love cloudy days because like the green looks even greener and it really pops out and much more beautiful against the backdrop of a cloudy sky. I want to like walk down the path. I want to be like running in the fields. I want to be there. This is so pretty. Ah!
Now going to dedicate my life to finding, organizing, funding and providing hundreds of qualified candidates to present to the British people at the next general election. This process has already started, with invitations being issued to patriots in aligned political parties, Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP, Advance, and
you
more.
In local pause. You want to trust the Conservatives? Like, who is left in the Conservative Party that you would actually invite? Because one, they mostly all defected to Reform recently. And two, like, they're all fucking snakes and awful people. Like, if they're actually genuine about their beliefs, they would have joined Reform a few years ago. When Farage, when he took over the party. I don't like Farage, but at least Reform was a better, at the time, it was still a better version of Conservatives by a long shot. That's why Rupert Lowe originally joined till he got fucking kicked out for being too extreme. So what's left there on the Conservatives?
Local politics. We will work in partnership with localised political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not be politicians. I promise you that. They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the past. They will be from business, from the military, from science, from medicine, from education, from industry, representing real communities up and down the country.
But are they going to be actually legit British? I'm going to assume it is because it's Rupert Lowe and it's Restore Britain. And the whole point of Restore Britain so far before it got launched as a party, because it was just a advocacy group, is deporting all the foreigners. So I imagine it's going to be real Brits, but as soon as a fucking dark color comes in, it's going to be over.
Every single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment.
Good.
And every single one will understand the difficult decisions that need to be taken. Because there are no easy fixes. I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now. What is necessary will be incredibly painful. But for the first time in a very long time, Voters will have a
the
genuine
Jews?
alternative
Is it the
which is
Jews?
truthful with them
I'm
about the
assuming it's always the
scale of
Jews.
what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more importantly, who stays in our country.
Yes.
Restore Britain will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it.
Re-immigration now!
Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported. The message will be unrelenting. If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed. For the foreseeable future, far more people must leave Britain than arrive. If a foreign national is unable to speak English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate, commits crime, or even actively hates our way of life and wishes to do us harm, then they must leave or be made to leave.
Based. Because that actually includes a lot of the illegals too. A lot of them are here. They get on these like boats, or just massively imported just in general, and then they immediately claim social housing and stuff like that. They're here illegally, but because the system is made to just accept them all because they love the fucking brownoids, our government loves brownoids. Here they become legal that way by getting the benefits. In that case, so even though he said illegal at first, by him saying anyone that claims benefits and everything like that, guess what? Guess what? That also means the legal ones are also going to get the chopping block too. I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. Maybe I can actually move to Britain after all. That was my dream when I was a kid, was to move to Britain. But like then everything got so fucking ass and horrible. But if it actually, I could make that, or at least visit. Right, because like, I'm American. I should stay in America. Advocate for America. That's my policy, right? That's what I advocate for. But man, I just want to go to Britain. I love Britain so fucking much. Please, I just don't want to get raped in the process. Like, come on. Ah! I'm kind of excited. I know that requires actually restore Britain to win an election and then obviously go through the whole process of re-migration, which is going to take time. So it'll be like 10 more years, but still.
Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children. That I promise you. If that means millions go, then millions go.
Based.
We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants. We know that's simply not true. What we need is to get millions of healthy Brits back into work. A radical overhaul of how welfare is delivered. Protecting those in genuine need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It really is that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits. We will punish indolence, and more importantly, we will reward success. We will provide vast economic incentives for men and women to start businesses, generate opportunities, build wealth, and create self-sufficient families. Standing here today on the farm, I know exactly what it means to deal with energy bills, labor shortages, regulation, unproductive paperwork, planning restrictions, tax, and endless uncertainty. The state has definitively become the enemy of the people. Restore Britain will burn away suffocating taxes on work and enterprise. We will slash unnecessary regulation. We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture. We must crush parasitic Britain. We will restore long-term, stable, logical policy so that businesses can plan and invest and grow again. But Restore Britain is about much more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about who we are as a nation and who we are as a people. Britain is not just an economy. Britain is not just an idea. Britain is not just a passport. Britain is a nation. Britain is a people, our people. And Restore Britain will never allow that to be erased. We will celebrate our Christian heritage and the identity that built and shaped this country. Responsibility, restraint, forgiveness, duty, and fairness. In short, a high-trust society.
Get fucked, NWAS! Get fucked! Oh! Yeah, I can't wait for them to deport all the Muslims. Oh my god. A high-trust society, yes. I remember seeing this, like, one of those, like, Reddit repost accounts on Twitter. A post about how, like, high-trust societies is like a dog whistle. These days, and they're like, I love multiculturalism and stuff like that. I love my tacos and shit. And I'm like, yeah, high trust society is a dog whistle. Guess what, guess what, Reddit tards? We're gonna have a white society again. At least Britain can have it, not America. We're kind of fucked. Yeah, we're gonna have a high trust society again. Fuck you.
That will mean defending our culture. That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam. That will mean banning the burqa, outlawing Sharia law, blocking cousin marriages, and reimposing our Christian-based rule of law. A Restore Britain government would legislate to ensure that no halal or kosher slaughter on British soil. This is Britain, and we will do things our way. This political party now exists for one reason: to restore Britain, to make it a better, safer, and more prosperous place for British men and women to raise their families. It will be difficult and it will be painful, but I assure you, it is possible. I hope you will consider joining me on this journey and becoming a member of our party.
What if I was British?
It is our country. It is now our collective responsibility to act. Together, we will restore Britain. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. I'm so fucking excited for this. I'm so fucking excited for this. For those who don't know, I guess, because I obviously I have a lot of American here since I am Amerikansky myself. But Rupert Lowe is the only politician in Britain, and I mean literally the only one that talks about Muslims, deporting both illegals and legals, so mass immigration, and actually having like Britain be for white British again. Like, he's the only essentially ethno-nationalist politician that exists. And he's been independent for a while now because he got kicked out of Reform for being too extreme. Even though Reform was originally promising this stuff when it was started, but then Farage took over and ruined it, like he ruins everything. In this case, and he's been advocating for a very long time, about all this stuff. And so people have been begging him to start a party because, fuck you. People have been begging him to start a party. Because he is the only one, and fucking hell. Reform is just becoming more and more just conservative. Like, people have been joking about being conservative light for like a long time now. But it's even more so actually just conservative since all of them that defected recently. And so the fact that he's doing this is fantastic. Yes. And Steve Laws, Zoomer Historian, even the Lotus Eaters, like, everyone, this is amazing. Obviously, once again, the party has to become big enough, and then it has to win the next election for anything to get done, and it's going to take a long time to actually deport people, because, I mean, there's obviously the deportation aspect of things, but you have to cut the benefits, and that will incentivize them leave. Then you have to kind of force them by gunpoint a little bit, too. As he was saying throughout the whole thing, it's not going to be easy, right? You can tell by his language. Like, he was being very gentle with his language. The whole point about him being like, you have to work to get benefits, and it's because all these foreigners don't actually work. And any of the businesses they actually have are shells for rape gangs. Like the barber shops and the vape shops and the phone repair shops are like littering the street like absolutely insane, but they're not actual real companies. They're shells to be able to swindle the government and also the rape gang. Well, and traffic people. And so going after them will take care of a huge problem. Banning law burqas and the halal slaughter, stuff like that. that also disincentivize them. Everything that he was saying, oh, absolutely fantastic. And he's wording it very nicely because it's supposed to appeal to the normie, right? We can't just be like, yeah, get rid of all the fucking Browns, right? That doesn't really go well with the normies. I mean, it goes well with me. But when you're the politician who's trying to be safe and have optics here, you can't exactly do that. At least at this current point in time. But we're heading that. Join us. Restore Britain is a political party for those who believe that our nation has been held out by weak leadership, broken institutions, and a political class that no longer serves the people. They believe in low tax, small government, secure borders, national pride, traditional Christian principles, free speech, and direct democracy. You're in the right place. Yes. Mine is exactly democracy. I'm not exactly a fan of democracy. So, let's restore Britain together. If you'd like to join the exclusive Cromwell Club for the nation's size of 2,500 pounds or over, please follow this link. By joining Restore Britain, you agree to comply with our terms and conditions. Here's what 100 political parties, elections referendum act, 1,000 here, blah blah blah. You must be on the electoral register in the UK to include Channel Islands and Isle of Man. A donation of more than 500. They donate more than 11,180 pounds. Why is that so accurate? To restore Britain a calendar year, we're legally required to report donation to Electoral Commission, which will publish donor details. All donations we use support political campaigning operations to Restore Britain. Restore Britain reserves the right to not accept a donation or application. Any financial data, such as car payment details, will hit purely. Well, anyway, okay, so it's just a bunch of like TOS shit, basically. Anyway, if you are a British lad that watches me, do not give me 20 fucking pounds. Give Restore Britain 20 pounds instead. I mean, it's annually anyways, right? Like 100%, okay? Don't give me the fucking random ether online that survives off male attention money. No. Give fucking Restore Britain some money so it can actually get advertising, actually get campaigning, and actually hire people to build the party greater, and hand out pamphlets and other people like that, like Zoomer Historian and Steve Laws, or maybe some guys in the Lotus Eaters, kind of help with that to actually get the word out so people actually join, so it has a chance in 2029. Like, seriously, I'm a random ethot online. I don't fucking do anything except for yapping. This is actually something. So if you're gonna put your money anywhere, and once again, you have to be a Brit because it's obviously a British party here. Put it towards this. It's literally 20 fucking bucks. Or if you want to give more donations, obviously you can. There's a little TOS. Let me put the link in the chat. Like 100 fucking %. Now, granted, this could be a scam, and then in 5 years I'll be yelled at as like one of those like drama hit pieces on me about like Amalgamyte was supporting this scam party in Britain in 2026. If that happens, well, you might as well just shoot me then. I'm sorry in advance. But right now, based off everything Rupert Lowe's been doing, and I've been watching him for like 2 years now, everything he's been saying, his whole journey, Zoomer historian Steve Laws, Lotus Eaters supporting him, everything about that, he seems actually genuine. He seems absolutely fucking fantastic and exactly what Britain needs for how to handle what's going on with the Great Replacement there, because it's important to keep in mind. This is one of the reasons why I do like talking about British politics for my American bros in chat. Because it's important to remember that the entirety of the Western world is being replaced in real time. Every single white Western country, America, Canada, Britain, Australia, etc., hell, even Japan being honorable Aryans here, had an attack of immigration against them. We're all trying to be ethnically replaced because we're the only productive parts of society here. And we're not, I mean, a lot of us are goy cattle at the end of the day. But they want to replace white people in real time with brown fucking savage hordes that do whatever their bidding are. Some easy fucking slaves and shit. So, Restore Britain is at least a party that's way better than Reform and Conservatives that will actually try to do something. I mean, it's a political party, it's democracy, and I mean, I'm not a big fan of democracy myself, but at least it's something. At least it's something. And this case. And so, yeah, throw your money towards this if you're British. Like, Clarky, not to call you out, because I always say generosity is fantastic. I'm not going to complain, right? But if you haven't already, throw your money to this. Christos, I'm gonna call my chatters out, right? Anybody who's donated me before that I know is a Brit, I'm gonna call you out. donate to Restore Britain instead, because that's gonna be a better use of your money than a fucking random e-thought. Seriously, go! 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 I don't want you here! Oh, Mythos, there you go. Yeah. No, I don't think you've ever done anything to me, but still, you know, if you have the extra money, obviously at the end of the day, don't make yourself broke for a political party either, right? Spend responsibly, all that gotcha talk, right? Right? But still, go! This is actually a legit fucking white pill chat, even though it's not for America, which I really wish it was actually for America, but still. But you know, it's still a white pill, because maybe we can at least move the Britain. Speaking of the Brits, Clark, thank you for the $2 those. Thank you. Man with a wheelbarrow full of guns has my vote already. Guys literally spamming lipshits timeline with grape game victims testimony so they can't hide the pros of Pierre Morgan. I saw that. That's been absolutely fantastic, actually. Well, let me. Oh, come on, get your life together. Get your life together. I know mine's my own mess, but still. Let's see. But yeah, for like the past week now, he's been there's a breaking inquiry here. That this basically takes quotes from the different reports of the different survivors about what's been happening to him, and don't care. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's doing his best. He's actually trying to handle with the Muslim stuff. And that's happening. So anyway, I'm actually okay. I need to get the super chats. I know I've been ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry again. Okay. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $5 reduce. Thank you. Last time they tried Brexit, East Euros left, and African and Asians entered in higher quantities than before. See, the problem with that, and this is where I feel like, I know you're not actually American, but I know you're European. The important thing for non-Brits to realize when looking at British politics is the fact that the Brits have been advocating and voting against immigration for ever since the end of World War II. They have been actually, every single time they've been actually voting against mass immigration for a very, very long time. Brexit was an example of this because even though they're Eastern European, the Romanians and the Gypsies and the Polish were causing lots of problems and stealing jobs from people there too. Because honestly, just stay in their alright? Like, just stay, even if your country's shithole, that's not exactly an excuse to leave your country just because your country fucking sucks. Find a better life. Right, you should stay there and try to make it better as best as possible. That's the correct and right thing to do, especially if you are male. Yes, it is, unfortunate. Men's responsibility to do this stuff. Women are useless. And so Brexit was actually a good thing, and I was full support for Brexit because Britain is its own sovereign country. It should be able to decide who comes in and who doesn't. And under the EU, it wasn't able to. Plus, there's also a bunch of other EU regulations that overstepped a lot too and basically stifled the economy. And there's a bunch of different factors. So Brexit was supposed to be a good thing. The problem with Brexit is that got completely mishandled because politicians didn't actually care about it. They wanted to stay in because they were getting benefits from staying within the EU, like all corrupt politicians are. And so they tried the big game about actually handling it, but they never actually did. And instead, under Boris, not only did he fumble Brexit, but he also opened the borders to the Brownies instead, with the Boris wave. Now, granted, as well, it's important to note that technically Tony Blair was the first one to really open the floodgates to the rest of the Browns back in 1996 in general. And also they've been coming in since the 70s as well. So this has been a long time thing that's been gradually increasing every couple decades. Kind of like boiling a frog in a pot of water. Getting people kind of used to the multicultural society. Like, start out in the kind of 70s, then increase it a lot more in the 90s, and Boris comes around in like 2020 and increases it even like a billion times fold. That is what was kind of occurring. So we have the state of Britain that it is today. And people don't want them either. Like, it's not even just the fact that they're brown. They just want their own sovereign country for their own people. Like, that's basically, I mean, obviously I'm racist and I don't like the browns either. But that's really the core issue, is that Britain is a white. It's for the English, because English are whites. As for the Scots are whites. For the Irish are white. It's for the Welsh are white. So that's for their own respective countries. They should have their own laws and regulations inside of what actually, and not have a whole bunch of people that just flood their country and then rape their fucking women, like and steal their benefits. Not really exactly stealing their jobs in this case, and just rampage over all like fucking invaders. Ugh. And that's what it should be. They literally have the entirety of the third world to run and play in their little paradises. They just stay in their fucking countries. It's not that hard, but I mean, our politicians make it hard. And that's why I want America to be for white Americans, for Canadians, Australia for Australia, etc., etc. And China, that goes to China too. China for the Chinese, Brazil for the Brazilians, fuck Nigeria for the Nigerians. Just stay. Stay. Fucking hell. Get out of here. So, makes me thank you, Clarky, for the $5 videos. Thank you. No one's gonna give Amal credit for this gem at 34 minutes into the show. We're not gonna really bother with the Politico article, because I looked at it and it's just really just rehashing everything I said here. Why are we covering Wii stories on not April 20th? I didn't even realize I said rehashing the case. Oop, apparently made a because the article just came out a few days ago and I was talking on Twitter and people are calling people grifters and other fucking shit for talking about the negative effects of weed, because all of a sudden people are talking about it. And it's like, yes, an article came out, became a hot topic against the political people. That's just how it works. Fuck off. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $2 reduce. Pretty sure they weren't voting Mosley much. Well, if they're a small party and they're actually not gonna be a big win back in the early days of this stuff, because racism and bad. Remember, normies don't care if you get called racist and sexist anymore, but they do care if you actually are legitimately racist and sexist. But back in the day, even being called that shit would fucking be suicide. Thank you, Von Felsenbrot, for the $5 reduce. I've already donated to Restore Britain. Here's your e-thought tax. Well, why, thank you. But you should be spending that $5 reduce to Restore Britain, or not thought tax. But thank you regardless. I'm not gonna complain that much. To be fair, even though I agree with you, Paul, the Irish were not considered white until not too long ago. Okay, well, the thing about the Irish not being considered white is mostly, it's not because they're actually not fucking white, it's because they're foreign, right? The Irish are their own people. It's an issue between the English and the Irish because they have a long history of not getting along with each other. Irish have their own island, and then they're also kind of terrorist. In a lot of ways too. Like they're a little bit more violent than even the Scots are. Those are up in the north. So it's not a matter of like actually not being white. I mean, if you want to go back far enough, then yeah, the Germans weren't really like white either. They were krauts. Like the Frenchies are frogs. It's because they are sovereign countries that have been at war for a very long time with each other because they didn't really understand. Well, because let me rephrase this, right? They had the correct idea, the correct mentality. That was the mentality of literally the entirety of the human race until 5 seconds ago. That each country should be sovereign for their own people. So Germany for the Germans, for the English, and they would have wars with each other for resources, and not really caring about the fact that they're fighting essentially brother wars because they're both white, and that's the case of the Irish. They're foreign, they're their own island, their own people, so therefore they should be moralized and demonized, therefore called not white. That's the mentality behind it. Now that we're in the years of globalism, which didn't exist until 5 seconds ago, we can recognize that yes, they are actually white, and as white people being attacked across the board. like each country should have their own sovereignty, right? English for the English, Germany for the Germans, for example. But attacking each other for being German and English is not the solution when both countries are being replaced in real time simply because they're white and they want to make brown fucking slaves. Like that, we're in a different time period now. We have to recognize the globalist threat. My Irish buddy's giving me the car. Seems like a nice guy. Can't wait to turn the car on. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. So, Ireland for the British. Well, okay, listen. I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, you have like centuries of problems with each other. Thank you, Anime Acumen, for the $5 reduce. Thank you. Welsh ancestry have absolutely nothing in common with those socialists. Yeah. I mean, I mean, but it's all, a lot of it's mostly jests too, especially in the modern day here. Let's see. Do we have time for a small topic? Do we have time for another? I kind of don't want to like black pill after this white pill. Not gonna lie, I kind of want another white pill, cause like that was fun and nice actually having something good. I thought I had another white pill here saved, but I'm not sure where it's at, and I might have to peek. Try to hold it to the end. I don't know where I put the other white pill. Now I kind of feel bad because I don't want to switch over to like a black pill after that shit. Oh, there we go. There's the white pill. Sorry, I lost it in my sea of tabs. Here we go. Here we go. This affects everybody, Brits and Americans alike. Supposedly, Twitter users will soon have the option to filter their timeline by country. So, hopefully, that actually happens. Hopefully, it gets implemented correctly, doesn't cause the whole entire site to bug out like crazy. We'll see, as unfortunately, Elon has a few Indians on his payroll. But this will be good, because I'm definitely immediately region blocking India for sure. And pretty much the rest of the third world. Not all users, by the way, only Premium Plus users can do that. Well, that fucking sucks. I mean, kind of makes sense, because it's been a high demand option, and obviously Elon wants to market it very well. But, I mean, I don't know what I am. I think I'm just regular premium. BRB chat. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to hold my piss. I'm sorry. My bladder's a squirrel. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to sit it through. But yeah, that wasn't happening. Anyways, she's on Ozempic. No, I'm on my period. uh, I'm kind of see how this actually turns out. I mean, I don't know what I have. I know I have premium something. I just know I signed up for it. I gave Elon my credit card, and I just kind of let it go willy-nilly. Just like good girl math I am, right? Now, this is why you don't give women credit cards. They just spend money and they don't know what they're doing with it. um. So, but hopefully I have it so I can utilize it. I want to see how good my timeline, like how well my timeline improves. I might just upgrade the Premium Plus if I don't have it already, just to try it out. Because right now the algorithm is very sensitive, where you just fucking look at a post for a millisecond and it just floods your feed with everything exactly like that, and it's really fucking annoying. And people have been complaining about it, and Elon's talked about how he's gonna try to fix it because he's not happy with it either. But even before then, like, there'd be like these slop accounts that would pop up, and some of them are kind of funny, yeah, here and there, but a lot of them are just like random videos that I just don't care about. And I know a lot of them are like very, very based in India, so therefore, maybe hopefully my timeline improves a bit. I kind of do feel for a little bit the third world, because I do know that surprisingly there are some people that follow me that live in like South America, for example. So like, I'm like, do I actually cut out some of the third world and the rest of the third world in general? Like, I feel like I should in principle, but then I'm like, well, my whore tendencies is just like, well, that's mean. the ones that are nice to me. Oh my god, imagine getting rid of a lot. No, wait, I was gonna say, imagine getting rid of a lot of the Israel accounts. But then I was like, wait, I kind of need to actually see the Israel accounts, seeing that I talk about this tiny hats all the time. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll just test it for like a week to see how my timeline changes. Right, have like a control group of like regular timeline, the timeline without Indians, the timeline without the Israelis, the timeline without the Israelis and the Indians. So something along that, something along those lines. Am I one of the good ones? Yes, you are, Blue. Yes, you are. I would give you headbats if I could. Yeah, you're white, so therefore you're okay. Does it just filter your posts out of their world, or just stops you from seeing their posts? My understanding is that it actually stops you from seeing their posts. So, nice solid region block going on there. Hell yeah. Thank you, Eldritch Saga, for the $2 rituals. Thank you. Sorry about that, done with parrot production. I will check that out. Give me a second here. While I'm doing so, thank you, Anime Acumen, for the $2 rituals. What a big gray pill. Nah, we still white pill. Unless you want to count this as a gray pill, because it's only for Premium Plus people, but I consider this a white pill. Because if it's popular enough, and it's actually, like, survives the testing phase, because it's mostly how Elon's been doing a lot of his stuff is testing it on the paid users, and then rolling it out mass scale to a certain degree. Obviously, he needs to keep some stuff for only the ones that the piggies, right? But we will see. Maybe we'll also go down the regular premium people, which would be nice. I get understanding paying for it, because it is a business model, right? So I'm not actually against the whole paying for it. It's just the premium versus premium plus type of deal. Also, Eldritch Saga, I can't see it. It's not updating. I don't know. I think you have to send me a new link or something like that, because I can't see the update for the hot parrot. I probably shouldn't say that, because there's an actual real person parent, and I don't want to be gay like that. But like, yeah. It's fine. Thank you, Alex and Rob, for the $5 dose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sad, back in the day, matriarchs were the budgeters and penny pinchers of the house, and that did the economy of the household while the men were accumulating. I've heard that before. I don't really believe it, I'll be honest, because women got credit cards, access to credit cards in the 1970s. Before then, they were banned from. There's a good if they were actually good with money, then why did it take that? Well, I mean, granted, credit cards are relatively new, and obviously Reagan made the credit card industry even worse in the 80s here. But based off how women spend their money today, granted, I am aware that modern women are fucking awful, but a lot of the reasons why modern women are so awful is because they're allowed to live in their vices and be the worst of the worst of themselves without any consequences. I know they don't have as good like input black thing. Women have never really been good with money. Like, it's usually like they know what's needed in the household, so they're like, yeah, we need more diapers, yeah, we need more milk, whatever the case is, and then the husband gives the amount of money that's needed to buy those kinds of things. Or the husband themselves goes to the store. Like, that's usually the case that will happen. So, yeah. Women aren't good with... Oh, thank you, Clergy, for the $2 too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It doesn't go far enough. Only once we get a feature that which scans the hands of every poster and filters out the brown hands of posts while I pay for premium X. Well, I mean, on one hand, that's funny. I'm not completely against it. On the other hand, I mean, there's already like facial ID and a whole bunch of other different stuff. But I don't know, more biometric data for the companies to get. My initial reaction is no. So, what if you just get a tan? Well, don't get a tan then. Don't be brown like that. Jesus. Come on, be fucking pasty white Victorian sick child like me and burn within 5 minutes. And then die. Advice you take credit cards should not be able to work when you got no money. Your story is bad. I mean, I agree with that. I don't like credit cards in general. But it's such a staple in American culture that it's going to take a lot to get rid of. Like weed, and women, and blacks. Oh, wow. We won World War II, guys. Are you happy? We're not speaking German. Pennies are real, credit card is too abstract, and women have no money to pinch. That's the explanation. So you're saying digital currency is the problem? And I mean, I definitely agree digital currency is a huge part of the problem, but even back then with cash, still caused some problems. Maybe the real diversity was the white people we've made along the way. There are different shades of white, that is true. There's light, like fucking blind your fucking lights out white. And then there's white. And that's it. Kind of makes you want to glow in here. We as a part of American culture. Agreed. It wasn't like this until recently. So, not exactly happy about it. By the way, is it still worthy to join the Discord, or will it be deleted next month? I would say it is. So, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, you should. At least get stream alerts for the meantime, or take part in the community. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. And then if we do move over to Matrix, because that's right, that's what we're looking at the moment, is the move over the Matrix. That way you have the announcement to actually join the Matrix server, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. I'm not the one messing around with it because I am just a puppet on a string. I am a dumb woman. I don't know what I'm doing. But if Discord decides to not go with digital ID verification, then we'll keep the Discord and have the backup. So yeah. Did you see the post about diversity of corn? Yeah, I made a tweet about it. I am proud of myself once again. I've been tweeting a lot more. I've been spending like an hour or two just like scrolling through Twitter and scheduling tweets for the next day. Like an actual good content creator here. Trying my best. Because I've been yelled at repeatedly by multiple different people for a very long time now to actually tweet more. But I'm like, no, I don't like tweeting. But now I'm trying to finally listen to men. So I'm like, okay, fine. Fine! I'll start tweeting some more. We'll see how this goes. So, you've had 2 gems this last week. Pretty good for you. I did. I didn't really see any, like, crazy viral stuff happen so far. I know I didn't say the N-word for the past couple days. I mean, these aren't bad. These aren't bad technically. So yeah, this one's pretty good. At least for oh, there's arch pegging. There we go. Okay, now I feel like I'm getting this is an L. I fucked up with this one. I'll take the L for that one. I know I'm getting closer to the N-word, so I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. But yeah, I'm trying my best to get a few out a day. So but yeah, anyway, follow on Discord, 'cause I don't make stream announcement on Twitter. Twitter is supposed to be like it's all like politics. I don't really like to talk about VTubing on Twitter because I just doesn't really like, I don't know, I don't really see myself as a VTuber that much. I don't really like, I know something about tweeting like personal funny fucking stuff like that. It's just not exactly that's not like my content. I'm not creative, I'm not funny, so I just post politics. Okay, this is kind of funny. At least in me, it's kind of funny. So most basic takes ever, to be honest. Hey, look, and I say I'm a woman. I steal men's opinions. I don't have any original thought of my own. I'm not even being sarcastic, it's true. I've been following male content creators for like 10 years now or something like that. I mean, I guess I do have some. I do have like my own original opinions on a lot of stuff too, but obviously it's shaped by listening to men that are smarter than me. So yeah, there's nothing like crazy there. My like section was funny. Okay, this is because I quote tweeted this dude because he's being a retard, and then I don't know these other people, so. You blocked me on Twitter, plus I'm really there anyways. Oh, I did? I'm sorry. I know a while ago I went through my followers and I blocked a whole bunch of people because there was this whole like thing about I forget what it was. So like basically it was just people using the bookmarking system, like leftists using the bookmarking system to track you and follow you and make all those hit lists and stuff like that. And so I spent way too long for a very fruitless endeavor because it's actually really retarded, but I just did it anyways because I am a woman. I went through and I just blocked a bunch of suspicious accounts. So if you got caught in the crossfire, I'm sorry. Did you block me? I don't know. This was like months ago I did this. And I'm not gonna do it again because that's such a waste of fucking time. But I just went through and I just anything suspicious I just kind of was like, gone. There. So I don't really block people. If I don't like somebody, I mute them. But even then, I think I have like 5 people combined that I've blocked and muted. Because there's just no point. Yeah. Must have been that time of month. Probably. So. She has us all blocked. Well, yeah, clearly. I don't like listening to any of you. Fuck you. Kill yourself. I'm kidding. Or am I? Oh, fuck. Sorry, I was hearing voices in my head. I was like, wait, I don't like hearing voices in my head. This makes me uncomfortable. Ew. Let's see, did I miss any supers? You guys have been very, very generous to me, and it makes me uncomfortable. But I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Pork Chungus Tard Tuber. Hey, don't at me like that. I mean, it's true, but yay. Let me see here. Okay, so Kick Bros. I'm gonna send over the Kirsha. Obviously, she's political to stay on topic for her rules. Don't glow a shit ton because that's gay. Don't be gay. We don't let the gays here. And then for YouTube Bros, I'm gonna send you over to Neurotic for Friday Night Tights. Once again, follow the rules. Don't be super spicy. Don't glow. All that fun stuff. Okay? Don't be weird like that. Oh, thank you, Anime Acumen, for the $5 redos. Thank you. Ma's lawyer is now saying that she's only joking. Doesn't mean what she's saying. Well, of course. Well, I mean, I could have told you that. Don't listen to women. If she breathes, she's a thought, okay? So, like, if she says something, just believe the opposite. Because you'll be better off in the long run with it. Especially with the state of women the past couple weeks. Jesus fucking Christ. I know I don't get into too much for A-drama, but fucking hell, women are cooked. Including me. Oh. So anyways. So have fun with those 2 people. Obviously, Rumble Bros, you get stuck in the chair. Reminder, tomorrow will, at the current moment, unless something crazy happens politically, will be a Rumble only stream. And we'll be playing Reloaded and saying lots of N-words. And talking about how awful black like normal, but even more so because you get the N-words experience, and you can build your N towers as much as you want there. So that's the current plan. Also, Under the Bridge will be tomorrow with V on V's channel. But yeah, other than that, thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for all the savvy bubbies, donuts, bigger spanking. You've all been very, very nice. Thank you very much. And have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Bye 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 bye.
I mean, hey, if Pac-Man affected us as kids, we'd all be munching magic pills and listening to repetitive electronic music, am I right?